Hello, good morning. It's midweek. Thank you so much. Welcome to Breakfast Daily here on Channel One Television. I am Nanatu Forbes watching. This morning, our hearts are full of gratitude, and we want to say thank you to everyone who contributed or donated towards the Easter Orphan Project. We cannot thank you enough, and we do not take your generous donations, your kind gestures for granted at all. Now, the Easter Orphan Project is an annual project where some selected orphanages across the country get to benefit from the benevolence of benevolent Ghanaians like you. And we want to say thank you to all of you. This year, you supported us to visit 4 different institutions or establishments. The Baptist School Complex, that's Basco, somewhere in Troto near Suhum in the Eastern region. We visited the Iris Place, a rehab center here in Accra, and of course the Chosen Rehab Center in Accra. And then we went to spend the day at Osamkrom Camp Prisons in the Central Region. Absolutely fantastic day, and we want to say thank you to everyone that helped, that contributed, that donated or presented some items, some cash, some momo to help us do this. It was absolutely a brilliant day, and like we advertised, your kindness, your generosity can light up the world of an orphan or of an underprivileged person out there. The Easter Orphan Project now is growing out of the orphanages, and of course is getting to serve persons who are otherwise or more or less forgotten by society. And we tend to extend a helping hand to such persons. And this year, once again, you guys have been amazing. You guys have been fantastic. I want to say thank you to all listeners of 97.3 City FM who contributed to the Easter Orphan Project. I want to say thank you to all viewers of Channel One Television who donated, contributed to the Easter Orphan Project. God bless you and restore you, replenish your stock. Now, in that spirit of gratitude, let's go before the Lord on bended knees, our arms wide spread, and our hearts full of gratitude and appreciation for the many blessings He has bestowed on us. And we're doing this together as a family throughout the month of April in the seasons of prayer. That's what we call it here, seasons of prayer. So throughout the entire month of April, every weekday, we're praying 3 times a day. 3 times a day. The first band is at midnight. That's the midnight cry from 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. And then we have This Is Your Day, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with on radio. This is your day from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Then we have the prayer encounter. That's from 12 noon to 1 p.m. 12 noon to 1 p.m. Now, all prayer sessions, all prayer bands will be live or are live on Facebook, City 973 on Facebook, City 973 on Facebook. You can also join us on X, City9 at City 973, and we're on Instagram at City 973 FM. So join us for the seasons of prayer as we continue to seek the face of the Lord, as we continue to seek His interventions, His guidance and blessings, as we continue to go before Him with prayer and supplication. So join us for seasons of prayer every weekday in the month of April from the 1st to the 30th of April 2026. 3 prayer sessions per day. Midnight cry, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. This is your day, 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Prayer encounter, 12 noon to 1 p.m. Or you can call 0244 981112 for more information. 0244 981112 for more information. Now, after it's all said and done in the month of April, the seasons of prayer is to usher us into the family consecration service on the first day of May 2026. The family consecration service is where we all gather. Okay? The Bible says, let's not forsake the gathering of the brethren, or the assembly of the brethren, as is the habit of some. And so we implore you to join us. Let's gather as a family and let's pray together. The family consecration service has become known for the various miracles, the deliverances, and the breakthroughs that happen during this particular service. It's a one-day service, not even a full day. It's from 6 a.m. to 12 noon. And so we'd like for you to join us. Let's pray together. You see, when we congregate like that, heaven rejoices. All right, so let's come together. Let's join forces. Let's join hearts in one spirit, one mind, and in one accord. Pray to the Lord God Almighty. Seek his face in the affairs of managing this beautiful nation that he has given us, Ghana. Let's pray for his interventions in our families. Let's pray for businesses. Let's pray for organizations. Let's pray for leadership of the country. Let's pray for managers of the country. Let's pray for ourselves. Let's pray for our friends, our family, our relatives. And let's pray for our entire well-being. All right, so let's see you on the 1st of May. It's a Friday, Labor Day. Friday, 1st May 2026, from 6 a.m. to 12 noon at the Oil Dome, Royal House Chapel, Accra. We want to see you there so we can pray together and seek the face of God in managing the affairs of this country. We look forward to seeing you, and we hope and pray that you will be a blessing to yourself and to all others who encounter you after you visit the family consecration service. So once again, it's happening at the Oil Dome of the Royal House Chapel here in Accra, Friday, May 1, 2026, 6 a.m. to 12 noon. And of course, the family consecration service is brought to you by 97.3 City FM and supported by Channel 1 Television. We'll see you on Friday, the 1st of May, 2026, from 6 a.m. to 12 noon. Now, because it's starting at 6 a.m., mostly we have people coming in at dawn quite early. We're not asking people to come sleep over. No, we're not doing that. But we hope that you come in early so we can start early and close early so that people can go back to their daily activities. So we look forward to seeing you on the 1st of May, which is a Friday, at the Oil Dome, Royal House Chapel here in Accra for the family consecration service. All right. Now let's remind you that the Made in Ghana rice campaign is still ongoing. We're pushing for the consumption of Made in Ghana rice, local rice consumption. Now all we seek to do is to gather all of us to contribute to building our local economy, to contribute to the sustainability of the local economy, the sustainability of the livelihoods of our local farmers. When you consume local rice, what you're doing is helping a local rice farmer keep their child in school. All right. When you buy local rice and you consume same, what you're doing is contributing to the local economy. But if you buy a foreign product off the shelf, what you're doing is giving money to an economy that you have no idea is paying the salary of a foreigner somewhere. We're not saying that, or we are not discriminating against the foreigners, but we are asking that we patronize our own. Let's grow our own to the threshold where we can say that indeed Ghana rice can compete worldwide, can compete everywhere. So we're asking that you eat fresh, you eat Ghana, and you build the future. It's fresh from our farms to your plate. Eat fresh, eat Ghana, build the future. It's fresh from our farms to your plate. Let your meal make a difference. Choose Ghana first. Let your meal make a difference. Choose Ghana first. Taste the effort. Taste Ghana. All right. Now, what it is that the Eat Ghana, Build Ghana campaign or initiative is brought to you by City 97.3 FM and Channel 1 Television in partnership with the Agri Impact Limited, the MasterCard Foundation, the 24-Hour Economy and Accelerated Export Development Secretariat. Very soon it will be an authority, so we can call it an authority. The bill has been passed and assented to by the president. So we want to say thank you to the 24-Hour Economy and Accelerated Export Development Secretariat. I want to say thank you to the MasterCard Foundation, and we also like to say thank you to Agri Impact Limited. Thank you to Agri Impact Limited. All these organizations helping us push the Eat Ghana, Build Ghana initiative. Now, I'll give you an easy way to access the news. And this news is from us, okay? It's not like some Nkwanchen news. This is relevant, this is accurate, this is factual. And there's an easy way to do that by just going onto the Google Play Store and downloading the Channel One News Online app, okay? The Channel One News Online app on the Google Play Store. Once you download it, you can install same on your device, and you have access to the news on the go, on the regular. And that's how easy it is to have access to the news. So just download the Channel One News Online app from the Google Play Store, and you have access to the news. It's easy like that. The interface is quite user-friendly. You shouldn't struggle. You shouldn't have any challenges at all. Now, let me bring you exciting news, especially for parents who have kids at home. This is an amazing show that is designed to educate, to entertain, and to inform our children, especially on a number of things that we tend to forget or tend to neglect growing up. Okay, so we found ways of teaching the kids to play games like Owari, Ludo, and the rest. And it's very innovative how it's been put together, and it airs right here on Channel One Television. It's known as the Wonder Spaced Show. So Miss Natalie and her kids will be bringing you some amazing content on television. Please make sure to tune in. Have your kids also in tuned, showing every Saturday at 12 noon. Every Saturday at 12 noon. So, you know, Saturdays after you're done with the morning chores and everything, you fed the children and all. Keep them by the television by 12 o'clock so they can join and learn something new, how to create, how to put their talents to use, how to even identify where their interest is, and all that is captured beautifully by Miss Natalie and her kids on the Wonder Spaced Show. So do make a date every Saturday at 12 noon, and you get to enjoy the Wonder Space Show right here on Channel One Television. All right, let's get into the newspapers, shall we? Daily Graphic says, One Health Agenda. Mahama rallies action against health threats, initiates move at Lyon Summit. One Health Agenda. Mahama rallies action against health threats, initiates move at Lyon Summit. Oncology nurse launches initiative to improve cancer treatment and survivorship. Engineers and planners wins Damai mining lease. Oil Palm Fund will create coherent ecosystem and boost supply. That's according to the DBG CEO. Let me go to the back page. ECG begins 240 million cedis transformer upgrading. ECG begins 240 million cedis transformer upgrading. And then you have NRSA cautions drivers to adhere to speed limits. That's the National Road Safety Authority. NRSA cautions drivers to adhere to speed limits. So that's the Daily Graphic newspaper for today. Let me quickly take you to the Ghanaian Times. Front page of the Ghanaian Times says, rejection of 10 and 20 Peswa coins. Economist warns of price hikes. BOG insists all coins must be accepted. Rejection of 10 and 20 Peswa coins. Economist warns of price hikes. BOG insists all coins must be accepted. So what will happen if we continue this rejection of the coins is that it will push traders to round up their prices, and that is a burden on the consumer. So if we begin to reject the 10 and the 20 Peswa coins, so something that should cost maybe 1 cedi 20 pesos, 1 cedi 10 pesos, will now be pushed to 1 cedi 50 pesos because there you accept the 50 pesos, right? And that's a price hike, and so that's what the economist is warning about. So yeah, I think the BOG should intensify enforcement on this level so that all coins must be accepted, as the BOG is saying. All right. President Mahama calls for urgent action to tackle rising global health threats. Know that the president, I don't know if he's returned, but he was in France for that One Health Agenda. So you can see him here in a picture with the French President Emmanuel Macron in a handshake with smiles on their faces. All right. On the opposite side, NPP calls for swift passage of anti-LGBTQ plus bill. NPP calls for swift passage of anti-LGBTQ plus bill. And then you have 4 arrested over suspected narcotic drugs at Offenso. So that's the front page of the Ghanaian Times. Back page says, National Theatre launches 5-year strategic plan. National Theatre launches 5-year strategic plan. And then you have inclusive disaster planning key to saving lives. And this is according to the Northern Regional Minister Ali Adolf John Mburidiba. Yeah. So that's it for the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Let me bring you the Chronicle newspaper. The Chronicle says Damai Mine tender. Damai Mine tender. E&P wins the race. Secures 93.15% to beat competitors. LGBTQ plus bill. Minority accuses Mahama of hypocrisy. Gains in inflation control often come at a significant cost. Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Esiama, speaking there. Introduce modernized e-levy to rake in revenue. That's from CPS. Oh. You let me do the scripture for today. Why? Matthew 19 verse 26. Jesus looked at them and said, with man this is impossible, but with God all things are possible. With man this is impossible, but with God all things are possible. So that's the Chronicle newspaper. A few business stories on the back page. But let's go into the Daily Guide newspaper now. Front page also has the E&P story. Damai Mine goes to E&P. Damai Mine goes to E&P. On the front page of the Daily Guide, you have other stories. NPP slams Mahama over LGBTQ U-turn. RNAQ's ex-wife hires new lawyers to fight divorce judgment. Gomwa Easter Carnival delivers culture, music, and economic boom. Also on the front page here of the Daily Guide, Sampa dispute, Samodia dragged to court for contempt, and Alhaji Fuzak completes 3-story block for Ambaria Islamic School. So all these and more on the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper. Let me bring you the Herald newspaper. The Herald this morning says E&P wins Damai Mine bid with $500 million on-site experience and massive equipment ownership. All right. Then you have Ghana's power stability under threat from expensive fuel crisis. Or fuel choices, I beg your pardon. Ghana's power stability under threat from expensive fuel choices. Untouchable Black Maria commander counting his days. Untouchable Black Maria commander counting his days. Okay. Minority leader accuses government of giving juiciest contracts to foreigners. Minority leader accuses government of giving juiciest contracts to foreigners. Gomwa Easter Carnival sparks tourism, trade and cultural revival. Gomwa Easter Carnival sparks tourism, trade and cultural revival. So yeah, this is the Herald newspaper for today. Of its Darkles, the news center is here. Front page, Damai Mine goes to E&P. Years of on-site experience, equipment ownership give E&P decisive edge. Anti-fraud center to track and stop digital fraud instantly. Toilets locked at a Brigel Senior High School risking students' health. Get fund to sanction shoddy work contractors. That's according to Paul Ajay, the administrator of Get Fund. Tough trade-offs drive monetary policy decisions. Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Pandit Esiama, speaking there. Okay, so that's the news center. Let's do the new publisher. Stop the witch hunt. Minority demands end to political victimization of Ghanaian businesses. Stop the witch hunt. Minority demands end to political victimization of Ghanaian businesses. Mahama nominates Ayamga as Bongo DCE. Stop wasting our time with LGBT issues. Felix Kwachiofosu speaking there. Scrap levies to cost 18.15 billion cedis revenue loss. CPS warns. Okay. So all that and more on the front page of the new publisher. Let's go to the Ghanaian publisher. Ghanaian publisher has RNAQ's ex-wife fights divorce ruling with new lawyers. Detach politics from business. A call from the minority. NPP pressures NDC on LGBTQ plus QI plus. Right. Gomoa Easter Carnival boost local economy. Gomoa Easter Carnival boost local economy. The custodian says legal breach cost Goldfields Damine lease. Tender committee picks engineers and planners to take over Damine mine. Ghana to lose 18.15 billion cedis by 2027. That's according to the CPS. And it's in relation to the abolition of COVID-19 and e-levies. Let's insulate private businesses from politics. Jerry Ahmed urges at Kwewu Forum 2026. You can't abandon your pledge on LGBTQ plus bill. MPP tells Mahama. Zimbabwean president tours ACAP after Zoomlion Geo Pomana MOU. And you have Ahmed Ibrahim calls for national sacrifice and prayers for Ghana. Daily Analyst says Gomoa takes center stage as Easter Carnival draws thousands, boosts economic activities. Sampa chieftaincy dispute, Samodia hot over contempt case. Reject flawed Bogosu Pristia mines inspection report. Stakeholders urge minister. TCDA clarifies role in rubber export, says it does not handle invoicing. Go to Anyaso Utium. Emmanuel Tobin donates bus to MPP. And FDA's salt iodization plan concerned citizens challenge decisions. Okay, so that's the Daily Analyst. The Informer says, speak the truth, be measured in criticisms. Afenyo Markin advises politicians. Misuse of police in Senya. Authorities urge to investigate Asamankese Leson. Nangagwa visits Jospon Group tours ACAP site. Ghanaians urge to embrace good values. 2026 World Cup sponsorship for Black Stars fans. Sports Minister contradicts President. And in this issue, you have fake HIV test kits, flood Ghana. FDA sounds alarm over dangerous counterfeits. So that's the Informer. All right, we can do Economy Times real quick. NPL risk cast shadow over Ghana's economic recovery amid BOG rate cut. S&P affirms Ghana at B- and B amid debt and economic restructuring. Ghana signals manufacturing ambition as Easter festivities blend culture with commerce. So that's the Economy Times. BNFT says engineers and planners emerge top bidder for Damai mine. This according to the Tender Review Committee. Fixed export value leakages or face CD pressure. Joe Jackson warns. Inflation fight costly, but outlook eases for 2026. And on sanitation, President Nangagwa tours ACAP as Zoomlion and Geo Pomana sign MOU. So that's the BNFT wrapping up the newspapers for this morning. Let's go online, channel1newsonline.com. Let's see what's happening there. What stories are we leading with this morning? Channel1newsonline.com. Do visit channel1newsonline.com. This one says Kufuor was ready to sign anti-LGBTQ bill into law. That's according to the MPP. Ochame Kwame said to release reggae album Gentle Rebel. Kaswa Old Markets given to traders through unauthorized deal. That's according to the Assembly. I am patiently waiting for justice. Renowned artist Ibrahim Mahama following his assault 2 weeks ago. ENP confirmed as Damai mine operator. Mahama calls for fair access to health resources in Africa. NPA to tighten registration for fuel tankers. Damai mine EMP met technical and financial benchmarks according to the committee's report. Imani Africa petitions Mahama over insurance procurement distortions. Tender committee recommends ENP to take over Damai mine. GRA, revenue surges 20% despite abolition of key taxes. Government reviewing calls to scrap fuel taxes. That's according to Power Minister Jinapor. And Ghana has nearly 7 weeks of petrol stock, according to the National Petroleum Authority. Now, when you go to citynewsroom.com, how and why engineers and planners secured Damai mine lease. Government must reinstate e-levy betting tax to raise 18 billion cedis. That's according to a tax analyst. From dyslexia to stardom, Ochiame Kwame shares childhood struggles. Prophet arrested over alleged death threats against Professor Opoku Agyeman, the vice president. Sustain your advocacy on anti-LGBTQ bill, Haruna Mohammed to NDC MPs. CPA intensifies campaign against fake diapers across government hospitals. When you go to the Ashanti region, sanitation crisis looms as waste collectors stranded at Uti landfill. Black Maria unit set for leadership change. That's according to DSP Abdul Jalil. And Ibrahim Mahama says DSP Jalil looked on despite ability to stop assault. Go online, you can get all the details there. citynewsroom.com as well as channel1newsonline.com. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. I am Nana Tufo Boateng. Stay with us. We'll return with the news review segment.
On Footprints this Friday, we sit down with Dr. Ninaku Queno, the Ghanaian scientist and engineer widely recognized as the father of the internet in Africa. He takes us through his educational journey and shares how he helped expand and shape the growth of the internet across the continent.
A level, you had physics A, mathematics A,
Yes, please.
applied maths A,
Yes.
and then chemistry B.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, really, the person who helped a lot was more like Rollins than many people.
Rollins?
Yeah.
With policy direction.
Policy direction, meaning that he said, and Mr. Pepra was the minister then, and he said, this is value-added service.
Yeah.
So while we are going to change the regulation, you can still proceed.
What do you make of generative AI and the way it's invaded every space?
Oh, me, I think it's good and healthy.
It's good.
It's good. It's supposed to be disruptive. The internet was disruptive,
Yeah.
but people found their way, isn't it?
That's correct.
So this one too will be disruptive.
Yeah.
The things which can best be done by AI will be done by AI. There's another element coming after the AI,
Wow.
which has to do with being able to solve certain kinds of problems much quicker
Wow.
than we could solve them today.
So beyond AI, there's quantum.
There's quantum computing and
Quantum
communication.
computing is coming. So if
It's
you
coming.
thought that AI was an explosion, wait till you hear about.
In fact, AI needs quantum.
Footprints airs on Fridays at 7 p.m. with a repeat on Sundays at 5:30 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Wow, this is 1998. I can't believe I'm turning 50. When I look back, all that I can remember is all I've been given: life, friendships, family, and dedicated fans. And I still have a seat in a beautiful industry, enjoying the opportunity I've been given to serve Ghana. I'm made in Ghana. But check this out, Channel 1 TV says they want to celebrate me. Let's say I'm a good example. Is it true? For my 50th birthday, I'm going to build a pediatric emergency center at Menchia Hospital. That is why all these young and vibrant celebrities are coming out to Plus 233 on the 18th of April to come so that we throw this amazing white party together to raise money for that hospital. Kwame Eugene, Kiddy, Kim Paluta, Amrado, Miss V, Sister Fia, a free year, Kwabna, Darlington, Abiana, Akwabwa Abochi, brothers Raskuku, Adina, and another friend of mine, Andy Dusty on the 1 and 2s. He is not young. 9 p.m. till you are tired of listening to great music. I know that Channel 1 wishes that they could bring all of this excitement for free, but because we are trying to build a pediatric emergency center at Menchia, please be happy to pay 1,500 for VVIP and 1,000 cedis for VIP. See you there.
Welcome to The Point of View. This is your favorite current affairs show here on Channel 1 Television. On The Point of View, we pick the right topics, get the right guests, and ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you.
With the complexities of the issues happening around us on a daily basis, it's the hard-hitting conversations and the probing questions of The Point of View.
So what is the Public Account Committee's job?
So what we do is to scrutinize, clarify, and find out why certain infractions have been made.
What do these IMF programs try to do?
The current program is for budget support.
Okay.
There are no projects attached.
That teases apart the twisted entanglements of politics and governance, as well as religious and social discourse. The Point of View brings you the policymakers and duty bearers and drills down to the very bottom of issue.
What authority do you have?
The Point of View airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Hello there. Thank you so much for choosing us. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. I am Nanatu Boateng. It's time to get into the conversations on the news review segment. We pick topical issues, we invite the right guests, we put relevant questions to them. They bring varying perspectives to the various issues, and we invite you to join us with your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. You can do so via the WhatsApp number on your screens. You can join our live feed on Facebook and YouTube. We're very interactive, very engaging on Instagram as well as Twitter. Now they call it X. I find it so difficult to say it, but X, yeah. And then you can enjoy some exclusive video content from Channel 1 TV on TikTok as well. Let me do a quick introduction of my guest, and then we'll go straight into the conversations. Michael Kosi Dede is an engineer and a regular on the show. Good morning, engineer. It's good to see you. Always good to have you on the show. Alhaji Kamaldeen Abdallah is a Deputy National Communications Director for the New Patriotic Party, NPP. Alhaj, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you as well. The Honorable Mohammed Adams Sukbaru is a Deputy Minister in charge of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations. I'm always tempted to say digitalization. I don't know why.
You know, that was the previous name.
Yeah, and it's also the Member of Parliament for Sisala West. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
I hope all is well.
All is well by the grace of God.
Well, we thank God.
Yes, but I always want you to address me as a member of Parliament before the
Deputy Minister. Very well, very well. Well noted. Well noted. Well noted. Well noted.
For that, I know it's guaranteed my 3 years or the 4 years. It's guaranteed for the Deputy Minister.
Anything can happen.
As somebody has given you a tax.
Yeah.
Super funny if he can on any day says that I'm taking you to this place or I'm in.
Yeah.
For it. So I always.
Are you hinting of a reshuffle?
Come again?
Are you hinting at a reshuffle?
No, not at all. At all. But I know, of course, there will be reshuffle. I mean, there will be movement of position. One person will go this place and all of that.
Or something will be
as
sacked.
a government, well, not something that we are praying for, because I believe that the team that he has put in place is a very formidable team, and everybody is, doing well as far as I'm concerned. But of course, the appointer has the right, and he is a coach, and he can see every corner of the field. I mean, from where I sit, I wouldn't be able to tell that.
Very well. I like that. All right, let's get into our business for today.
Good morning, and I must say, my brother is taking a cue from Baba Jamal.
Which cue?
I say you are taking a cue from Baba Jamal.
No,
you want to be safe. No, I've not said anything. I say you are taking a cue.
Security of tenure.
From Baba. Absolutely.
Very well. That's not why we're here. Let's move on. Let's move on.
No, let me just make a point. When he introduced him first as a member of parliament before the position he holds, and I'm saying he's taking a cue from Baba Jamal, who said that, look, frankly speaking, for the ambassadorial position, yes, even though juicy, but I want to serve my people more. You understand? And not too long ago, after making that statement, the president said, look, you are sacked from even the ambassadorial position. So my brother is taking a key from it.
Very well. Anyways, a tender committee has recommended Engineers and Planners Limited to take over the Damine gold mine after a competitive selection process by the Minerals Commission. The process was conducted under the Minerals and Mining Licensing Regulations of 2012, the LI 2176, and was aimed at finding a strategic investor to manage the mine. 4 companies submitted bids after the tender was advertised publicly. Out of these, 2 were shortlisted by the Minerals Commission and forwarded to the tender committee for further review. Now, following the evaluation, Engineers and Planners Limited emerged as the top bidder, leading to the recommendation that it be awarded the mining lease. Engineer, I'll start from you. This mine since 1993 has been operated by Goldfields Ghana Limited, but this will be the first time a wholly owned indigenous Ghanaian company will own a mine to run it in this country. Is this something we should celebrate?
Definitely, I don't think any Ghanaian will oppose the idea that an indigenous Ghanaian company is making progress or advancing in terms of technology and know-how and has acquired a mine in Ghana. So I don't think that any Ghanaian would be against that in itself. What I guess a lot of us ask questions about is the proprietary in all of this. Because this wouldn't become discussion if we hadn't seen certain things. And certain.
What are these things that you
One, the owner of EMP is the brother of the president. Nothing wrong with that. He's a legitimate business. Coincidentally, I've worked in the mines before, and I left the mines in 2003. And before then, he was already in the mines working. Right. So there's no question about the legitimacy of his business. What we unfortunately are seeing is that we are not separating government clearly from private business.
Okay.
And I'll want to, that is why this becomes topical. Why? The presidency is not a private office.
True.
It's a public office.
True.
So suddenly when government comes into office and the brother of the president seems to be doling out gifts and offering services to the presidency without any limitations, then acquires a mine, then everybody is going to say, oh, was this part of the deal? Those are the things. The optics don't look good. And I want to go back to the code of conduct that the NDC itself released in 2025. I just released what the president himself put out. Let me just, allow me to read that. This is the president, this is a message from the president. It says, good governance, transparency and accountability form the foundation of strong partnership between state and society as well as among citizens. They are interconnected principles that create government that is legitimate, effective and widely supported by citizens. It is under this umbrella that we as public office holders must constantly be mindful that public confidence in government institutions is vital to democracy. This principle should therefore guide our daily actions and decision-making process. Now, the president then says he will submit to this code.
Right.
Now, I'll go to section 1.5 of that code, which talks about conflicts of interest.
Okay.
And then he says that conflict of interest may exist where a minister, personal or private interest is likely to conflict with or in conflict with the functions of his or her office. For example, a conflict may arise if a minister holds a significant financial interest in a company with which the government is contracting, has a personal interest in the outcome of a process, or receives a benefit, right or commission in return for providing a benefit. So, he says, hence, a conflict of interest may be direct or indirect in nature. Now, you go to 1.5.12, where it talks about gifts and hampers. Now, the president, the code of conduct says that no minister should receive gifts, hampers beyond a certain amount. Now, when your brother offers you the presidential jet for use, does that contradict the code of conduct?
How much is the value?
What is the value? Does that contradict the code of conduct? You understand? So when the president carries himself in that manner and unilaterally accepts that, oh, we are going to use the jet because it saves the state, and I see the government justifying that, I find that worrying, because this is the president who has released a code of conduct for everyone to follow.
Irrespective of the benefits.
Irrespective of the benefits. You understand? Because the state, that's why I say that I begin to say the presidency is not private office, it is public office.
Yeah.
Now, if we wanted to even have some ways of checks and balances, I'd have expected that the executive will carry this and say, let's go to parliament and let parliament look at it. On what terms can we engage the brother of the president for the use of his jet, because we don't have a state jet? Then at least there would be some checks and balances.
Right.
But nothing like that was done. The presidency and the executive just said, oh, we'll use it. And then they started defending it, and we see all NDC people defending it. And I find that very, very, very disturbing. Now, a few months on, the president's brother acquires a mine. Legitimate. But everybody then looks and says, okay, maybe this was a sweet deal. And for me, this is worrying again, because this is how we destroy our own businesses locally. Because somebody may then hold a vendetta. One fine day decides that we are going to undermine this guy. You understand? Because it doesn't help anybody.
Yeah.
So for me, these are the things that we should all learn. Because when we say we want to build institutions, we want the private sector to grow. We want Ghanaians to be the champions of our economy. And we behave like this, it doesn't help anybody.
But if we continue like this too, are we not stopping relatives of politicians from engaging in legitimate businesses?
And that is why
I didn't ask my brother to go into politics. I am a businessman.
Exactly. That is why I say there's nothing wrong. But he himself's behavior is not
president's
helping.
behavior.
No, both the president and his
And
own
his brother.
brother's behavior hasn't helped him. Remember when Mahama was in office the very first time? The brother goes to say, oh, we are going to fix the motorway, and then goes in and does it unilaterally. It's as if we have no government agencies in charge of, we are going to do this. I mean, do we not have state agencies with responsibility? You understand? So when your brother's conduct itself seems to show that he's hijacking government, it doesn't augur well for him himself. Because he then says government should bring his machinery, and then he would do this, he will supply technical people and do this. I mean, because your brother is in power, suddenly you can hijack government machinery and government business and do it for us. Do it.
But in this
Whether it is
particular
free
matter,
or not, doesn't matter. But it portrays a certain attitude, which doesn't help when you yourself are doing your own legitimate business. So I'm referring the NDC itself to its code of conduct that they put out, and saying that the offer of a presidential jet to the president and the state, for that matter, does it not amount to offering gifts under the code of conduct
for benefits later?
Possibly for benefits later. We don't know. And again, I looked on the net somewhere. There is supposed to have been a letter written by Goldfields to the minister somewhere in November, on November 11, 2025.
2025, okay.
Which was saying that EMP was the best to take over the mine.
So that's more like a
So I'm
recommendation.
asking myself, where is this coming from? If that letter is true, it's supposed to have been signed by the manager Elliot Chum, dated 11th November 2025. And I'm asking myself,
I haven't seen this
yes,
letter.
but it's online. I mean, if you will search for it, you will find it. That is supposed to have written a letter to the ministers recommending EMP to take over the mine. And I'm saying, hey, where is this
And
coming
that's just
from?
a handout.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you now say that you are subjecting the process to a competitive tender, then I'm asking myself, where does this letter play a role in it? You understand?
Yeah.
So we need to be mindful about the processes itself, because somebody will then say, who appointed Kofi Amabu as the minister? The people who sat on the committee, who are they? Where do they work? Who, under whose authority do they work? So you open yourself up for people to criticize, maybe when there's no substance. But clearly the optics do not help the presidency and his brother, and EMP for that matter, engineers and planners. So I would think that the brother himself should be cautious in the way he conducts himself when his brother is in power, or any government for that matter is in power, and how the president here has conducted himself has not been helpful, because based on their own code of conduct, I don't think it has helped. So if another minister also does a similar thing, what are you going to say?
Very well. Alhaji, let me come to you. This process has been subjected to a competitive bidding. There was a public advertisement, media advertisement. Tenders were invited. A tender review committee was put up. They had 6 elements to look out for. They've gone through it. The selection was the companies that tendered were whittled down to 2. I think Maripoma lost out, Vortex Resources lost out. It was left with Engineers and Planners and Heath Goldfields. Engineers and Planners subsequently met all the requirements, and so the recommendation from the committee, based on the report they submitted yesterday to the Lands Ministry, is that Engineers and Planners should win it. I mean, it's gone through the process. Transparency has been ticked, accountability ticked, so we shouldn't have a problem, should we?
Thank you very much. Ideally, we shouldn't have a problem. Ideally, we shouldn't have a problem.
But
have you been following the happenings at GIADEC?
The Ghana Integrated Aluminium Development.
Have you been following what is there about the Ghanaians bauxite?
No.
And the search for private company to come in? You've not followed it?
No.
Have you heard of the Ghana Bauxite Company? Have you heard of Rockshore Company? You've heard about that?
$50 million contract.
Are you abreast with the way they are treated and the comments people are making? Okay. That is the same concern engineer has raised. The comments being raised there, that's also it's related to mining. That's why I brought that angle in. That what people
but
have.
Has the Rockshore contract been cancelled?
No, not yet. I'm saying that there's some favoritism or seeming favoritism going on there, and they feel it is against them because, quote unquote, they think Ibrahim Mahama has no hand in what they are doing. And if Ibrahim Mahama had a hand, I'm talking about the optics. You understand? That is why these concerns come. Now, like I said, ideally there shouldn't be a problem at all. I am one of the people who advocate for local content. I've always mentioned that, look, our oil sector, our mining sector, whatever sector that we find ourselves in, let local content thrive. Even our road sector, I have advocated that. Why can't we send engineers to Germany, to Russia, to other advanced countries who are actually good at, bitumen and whatever roads that we have? Let them go and learn and come down, and then as local contractors, we can build our own routes. I've always advocated for it. Mining sector are the same.
Right.
Why? China has so much gold. They have left their gold. Their citizens are coming into this country using chamfines to take our gold and take it out. Again, I am advocating for local content. But local content does not mean favoritism and nepotism.
Is that how you see this?
That's the point. You see, the point someone will make is that public office completely is different from what? Private office. That's exactly what engineer said. Nobody is stopping the brother of the president from doing business in this country. Nobody should equally stop the brother of Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, inshallah, the next president of Ghana. Okay? His brothers or his sisters from doing business in this country.
Okay.
Provided it is legitimately placed. No one should stop Kamal, Dean's brother, from doing business. Should
become president?
Kamal, no, not president at all. Should Kamal holds a public office?
You're elevating him.
No, not at all, not at all. No, should Kamal holds a public office?
Right.
Equally to engineer, equally to my brother Suparu. What we want is competence. What we want actually is to see our country growing their own. Why? When COVID happened, at least we learned something after the close down. Ghanaians decided to think inward.
Yeah.
What can we do to help ourselves? That is why it is essential to go for local content. So that when we empower ourselves, in the most unlikely event that there is some global shocks coming, we know that within us we can keep ourselves. Are you understanding me? But see, when you have a brother who wakes up in the morning and after drinking his tea and bathing and looking nice as a nice gentleman, he hears that the president has a function and the president is my brother, goes to take a car and drive the president to the function. It is questionable. Because the president has ceased to become the asset of his family now. He's the asset of Ghana.
Yeah, national assets.
You understand? And that is what the brother should understand immediately. And the president should also tell, no, bro, no, you can't drive me there now. The state holds me. Okay? That's exactly what is happening. It's supposed to happen. But what did we see? I can drive my brother and then we go up there. You reduce the presidency to a level. When you have a brother who God has actually endowed with resources, and then he's able to acquire his own private jet, which is good. You understand? What I would have expected for the state to do was for the state to say, okay, we have a troubling jet. Our president must travel. What can we do? Going to rent expensive jets will be very difficult. We think that locally, a Ghanaian citizen, in this case, we are not looking beyond the brother, has an aircraft. Can the state put in a mechanism to apply for the usage of it, even if you want to rent with a modest rent? When you do the process, nobody will comment against it. But when it is quiet, my brother has a jet, I can hop in it and then fly to wherever I want to fly to. Your brother is not for you. I have made this argument that, look, the president of Ghana is the president of Ghana. The public is supposed to spend on him. And the last time I checked, the state didn't say we didn't have money to take care of the president's travel. So when these optics actually change out, then the next moment there is some tender. And the same person who is supposed to have done all this is also in the midst of it, neck deep, tendering. Despite all the qualification, I have read about it. He has about $500 million capacity.
Yeah.
He has the equipment. He has whatever. When you look at every single bit of the demand of federal, he has met it. But like I said, morally and objectively, others will say that if not, but for the president being the brother, and but for the president appointing the minister, and but for the board members of the board appointed by the president, the company wouldn't have gotten it. So it is how you carry
And there's
yourself.
no legal justification to this.
Look, see, there's one thing about subjective in law. Subjective interpretation of the law is there, and the objective interpretation of the law is there. And we are dealing here moral and objective interpretation of the law. You can be right subjectively, but morally, what does it mean? But the two works together.
Right.
You understand me? So for us, yes, they have won the bet. They have given it to them. We have raised issues as minority. Our point is that the optics doesn't look good for us going forward. But to end on this matter, let me also say that tomorrow, inshallah, when we see the brother of another president doing this, let us not come and say it is wrong.
It must be interrogated to find out if it
That
ticks
is
all the
no,
boxes.
he will also meet everything. Why? People weaponize moral issues for their benefit against others in this country. People weaponize objective issues for their benefit. Okay? And today we are where we are. That is why we have to raise the concern. Let people understand that we have raised it. And then we all know that, look, but for somebody's brother being there, he would not have been here. And of course, the word of caution lastly to my brother Ibrahim Mahama and the presidents is that, with a great of respect to them, as citizens of this country, let us all do things that at the end of the day, you will not actually be pointed at. Listen to what engineer read. Explicit, clear.
The code of conduct.
And he goes further to tell you the value of what you should accept and what you shouldn't accept. He goes further to tell you again that conflict of interest could be direct or indirect. He's the same person. So in this situation we find ourselves, I'm using my brother's jet. I am doing this with my brother. My brother is doing this for me. The next moment I'm giving this company to them. Now gear deck issue, they say once my brother Ibrahim Muhammad point is not in it, there's an issue. You get what I mean? All this thing goes point to a very negative,
But this conversation has begun under your regime.
Oh, that is why it's immaterial to say somebody's brother or somebody's not brother.
Exactly.
That is why we said the legitimacy is there.
Yeah.
But then the moral aspect of it also acts. So it is how you act, it is how you behave that raise questions now. Why?
If all this had happened before end of 2024, would we be having this conversation?
No, if you listen to me, I said, look, he has met the criteria.
Yes.
I've read everything. And
Granted.
it's perfect. But if you listen to engineer's argument again, engineer did not say that, look, it is wrong. Engineer raises a concern of the optics. I raise the concern of the optics. Okay? The moral objectives of it. And then again, going forward, how do you carry yourself in the government? Why should somebody just tell me, my brother has a jet, so he has flown with it, and then we only bought fuel, and we went and packed and came back? This is concept, with a great respect. A government communication minister cannot come and just tell me, oh, we just bought fuel, and then because the brother has this. No, you don't do that.
But I need us to distinguish
There
the two.
ought to be
That
a
has nothing
demand
to do
emanating
with
from the
this.
state protocol that we are asking to go and rent a private jet, but given the cost and all that, we are writing to the Ghanaian citizen of Ghana who has a jet, who can also help us, for us to see if the president can travel on it. If that emanates from the state protocol and all these things are met, I will not sit here to say it is wrong. But if nothing like that is done, and the next moment the president gets up and hop into a jet, it's for my brother, I've bought fuel, I'm going. You can't treat Ghana like that.
Very well.
We are beyond that. We can't do that.
Very well.
So please, I think that yes, in as much as is nothing wrong with it, but the optics and the way we carry ourselves, both the president, the brother, and whoever is close to him, they must watch it properly.
Very well. Honorable, let me pick your thoughts on this particular Damine gold mine, and of course the report submitted by the Tender Review Committee. Government will still have its 10% carried interest in this, but this time around it will be owned by a Ghanaian businessman.
Thank you very much. Let me use your platform to say a good morning to my colleagues, Alhaji Kamaldeen, His Excellency Alhaji Kamaldeen.
Is it the mischief? The early morning mischief.
Yes, of course. This thing that we're discussing, I am particularly happy that we are discussing an indigenous company, and this time round it is not as it were in the past. Anytime you see acquisition, it's rather an international organization that will be doing the bidding. And if you look at the companies that actually competed for the bidding, it seems to me that I'm sure of the two, Marpoma Mining and then Engineers and Planning, I can say that on authority. The other one I don't know much about, but I want to believe that it's also an indigenous company. It tells me that as a country, we are moving in a certain direction that is really good for us. Because, of course, all these companies that bidded has capacity, but then per the criteria set out, and then a committee that was put in place to look into this and actually select the company. They saw that Engineers and Planning met all the criteria, financially, capacity, and what have you. And so one thing that is very critical here in this conversation that we need to look at when the distance starts is very critical. But when you just jump to speak about the moral aspect, we may be a bit not fair to Engineers and Planning. Of course, we all know him to be a brother of a president, and he's somebody that has started this business way back, even before his brother even became the vice president of the republic. It is not because the brother was once a president. He started this business when His Excellency the president was elected president. No, I'm just trying to establish a point. I'm not saying someone else. Engineers and Planning has been one of the companies that has been in the mining sector for, if not more than 30 years, for a number of years. And when it comes to capacity, experience, we all know it has that.
Yeah.
And what is very, very important here is that this whole conversation about the acquisition is not something that started when NDC came to power in 2025. The first process started way back in 2022. That Engineers and Planning initiated an engagement to acquire the mines as early as 2022. That has to be noted. You know, government in 2024, March, at the months before the NDC came to power, actually issue a formal no objection letter for EMP to negotiate the acquisition of shares with the Goldfish. So it didn't start now. The process started in the previous government, travel all the way to the time of his brother becoming the president. And so for me, of course, people may be right to raise issues about moral aspect. But then we need to, before you can raise those issues, you need to first of all ask yourself, when did this thing start? It didn't just start when the brother became the president. It started way back. And at every stage, you know, Engineers and Planet was selected to be part of the process. It was not as if probably the previous government raised issues about Engineers and Planet. It was not as if the previous government, at the time the process began, Engineers and Planet was not part. All of a sudden, change of government and Engineers and Planet sadly came in. No, that's not the case. That has to be established before we can. The optics, I know we need to let the optics also know, or the general public know. That is, you know, of course, engineer raised something about the optics. The optics is not good and all of that. When the issue is told, the story is told in this way, of course, nobody will have a problem, and that is the reality. That it started way back before John Dramani Mahama became the president. It has nothing to do with because the brother is a president and because the brother is using his presence, I mean, his jet and what have you. I don't see anything wrong.
You don't see any political influence?
I don't see any political influence in this.
You don't see any favoritism?
You and I, there's no favoritism.
No conflict of interest?
No conflict of interest. I will tell you why. Because the process started before even the, how do you call it, what he read.
The code of conduct.
The code of conduct was put together in 2025. And you couldn't have aborted the process that began before even there's the formation of the government, even that made you put together the. So your brother was in the process of acquiring something. He was, before you even, the election came on in 2025. He was elected as a president. That process was in place.
It was emotion.
It was emotion. So you can't
the
come
optics
back.
has a lot to do with the behavior and
so
the
now
conduct.
The question, when you say the behavior, when you say the behavior, that is very wrong. Ibrahim Mama is one of the most generous.
Indeed, there's no argument
towards
about that.
everybody. In fact, I can say that he's more even generous to public than even his family.
So the former president didn't have family who were generous?
No. Nobody had
Let's not do a comparison.
No, I'm just saying that so sometimes when you're talking about the moral aspect, you need to look at the genesis of the issue. When did they start? Ibrahim Mahama, in this particular subject matter that we are discussing, he did not just start the process when John Dramani Mahama became president. That has to be established.
True.
If, for instance, you are my brother and you are elected tomorrow as the president of the republic, and all of a sudden I am seen doing everything, people will say, where is this guy? Oh, it's President Kamal, this brother. When did he start this or this?
I don't even want to come close to any president.
I receive it.
No, just swallow this. I'm not receiving anything. I've never thought of it.
So I'm just setting an example. So you see, so that is legitimate. If people start questioning, is it all of us? Is it because his brother is the president that he's all of a sudden seen as the most, but this is not the case.
True.
EMP, the founder of the business, has been in business way back before even the brother even thought of becoming the vice president of the republic. That has to be established. And so the president using his presidential jet issue, I mean his private jet, it is not the case that there is an alternative. For instance, there is a presidential jet and the brother decide not to use it because of Lazarus. He's using his own younger brother's.
But there are alternatives.
No. If you say there are alternatives, and this is the president that says that when I come, I'm going to cut down cost. We must look at this. He says that he will make sure that certain cost expenditure, he's going to make sure that it is reduced drastically. So if he comes, and one of the ways to reduce the cost is that there's an option. My younger brother has a jet, a private jet, and nobody can take it away from Ibrahim Mahama. You can't say it's because his brother is a president. That is how come he acquired the jet.
No,
he's been in business and he's worth more than even owning maybe 5 private jets. So if his brother has a jet that he's not renting it to him, and he says that, kindly pick my brother, I want to go to this place, and because of security, the brothers, okay, even though he is a state asset, as he is now the president, the state has to take care of him. Let's not forget that he also has a family, that the family also care about his security. I'm coming.
Indeed.
I'm coming.
But at this point,
What's the point? I'm coming. Come on. When I start,
Honorable.
no, what I'm trying to say here is that if president decides to use his younger brother's private jet, would I pay them? Why should that be a problem?
Because he's the president. He's not just John Dramani Mahama. He
so
says Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the
no,
president of the Republic of Ghana.
And the president says that I don't want to spend money on certain things. One of the ways of cutting it, I mean, to make sure that we will not incur in certain, expenditure. My brother has a private jet. I am traveling to South Africa. I can jump on that private jet. What I need to do is to buy fuel. And you would think that shouldn't be done.
The president is accountable to Ghanaians.
You know the president of United States has a private jet himself.
Yes. But
Trump. No, I'm asking you.
Yeah, I know he has a private jet. Come on. Yeah, I know, and I'll tell you.
It's a good, let me tell you.
Exactly. Trump has a private jet.
But he doesn't
But he flies the Air Force One.
The White House, no, these are two different things. No. The White House, there is a jet purposely for U.S. president.
Indeed. Just as Ghana.
In our case, where is it?
Ghana.
Well, you are not aware you are not aware that the Falcon
today is not in good condition.
Nobody, you are not aware that
your boss and Sam George and Okudata Blakwa, they said that jet was in pristine condition. And then today you packed it.
Ambassador,
you have forgotten about
Alaji, can you hold on? Can you hold on? Can you hold on for Honorable Tula?
Nobody, that was not what they said. The issue
wasn't what they said.
Alaji, please hold on.
You didn't come to Parliament to come and tell us we have the before. I'm coming. No. Wait. You did not. At the time that these issues were raised, what we were told was that the president could not bath in that private jet. That was what they then.
That's why you want me to come.
No. What happened? Coming.
The former defense minister.
Those were the things that were raised in Parliament. I was in Parliament when the then defense minister came to tell us that he told us on the floor of Parliament that president needed sometimes before attending to a meeting that he needed to have a private jet that he could bath on the sky, and that became an issue. That was so. If
you challenged him and told us that the presidential jet was in pristine condition,
so why are you not using it? You see, you are not being fair here. The presidential jet is not in the country. So if the presidential jet is not in the country and government,
where is the presidential jet?
You are not aware that the presidential jet is not in the country.
It's where?
You are not aware that it was taken out sometime back for France for maintenance,
and it's back.
If it is fit for purpose, you are not aware that as a country we're in the process of procuring one. You're not aware.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has used other alternatives before. He's even flown commercial before.
No, and he's still doing that. Listen, when people see him flying his private, how do you call
brother's
it?
Jet.
The brother's jet.
You see, I can understand my brother's struggle this morning.
You're not being fair. Come on.
Alaji, please, so that you don't distort his train of thought.
Because when you were speaking, I kept you all the time. I never said anything.
It's okay.
I didn't do that.
Allow him to flow. Honorable, please go ahead.
This is what I'm saying. It has nothing to do with the president using the brother's private jet. No, that did not influence the decision of the tender committee. That has to be established. I want you to know
no one has said that.
Yes. So for engineer to say that the optics people, when you say that, you're trying to say that some other people, even you, the engineer, saying this, you're trying to link the relationship and the fact that the president is using his brother's private jet, that may influence the decision of the committee. No, because he even went further. He even went further to say that who appointed the minister and who put together the committee that sat on the tender review.
Because when you sit back, the optics would suggest same.
When you say the optics, that is why you have to. When you say the optics would suggest same, everybody is aware that this matter started way back in NPP's era.
Which is
so that
very
has
fine.
to be established. This is what I want you to know.
No,
but
the issue about just a quick one. You see, no
one
one has questioned the legitimacy of this.
So what's the point here?
He's raised issues with the optics and how the conduct of the
he
brother and the president himself.
The
perception it creates.
No, it doesn't create any perception. The only perception it created, it is only my brother engineer who is
Can I remind you of one mantra?
No.
Can I remind you of one mantra the NDC sang in years past?
What was
nepotism and cronyism.
So are you? And I'm saying that this, in the case of with this, the subject matter, it has nothing to do with what we said in the past. Let it be established that this process started way back in the NPP's era.
Legitimate.
The then Minister for Lands, no please. The then Minister for Lands and Natural Resources wrote a no objection letter.
No objection.
Yes.
Doesn't mean approval.
The process that started way back in the NPP era traveled to an era that the person's brother became a president. Then all of a sudden, you think that the person getting it, there may be some optics. So at the point that the brother became the president, Ibrahim and engineers and planners should have withdrawn from the process. Is that what you
No,
call
that's
it
not
for?
what we are saying.
Or is it because the moment the brother started using his private jet, he should have excused himself from the process? Is that what he's trying to establish? Just so the optics? No. You see,
thank you.
I don't see any. What we have to be discussing.
Please land on this.
What we have to be discussing today. First of all, we need to be asking ourselves: EMP, does he have the capacity?
It does.
Does he have the financial muscle to handle?
It does.
These are the simple things we should be looking at. And let us not forget, Damine Mines or whatever, the company in question, Damine Mines, Engineers and Planning has been one of the biggest contractor with them for so many years.
True.
Engineers and Planners knows in and out of that particular
Nobody
operation.
has questioned all these things.
So this is what come out. I don't have a problem with you when you spoke. You spoke about the capacity and you don't have a problem with that. Nobody has. Engineers raise certain things that we need to look at technically. He is trying to link the code of conduct that was set up by the president.
Not he alone, even myself.
You don't find anything wrong with that?
I don't, because it is not when the president.
Very well.
It is not when the president Mahama was a president that this process started. So he has nothing to do with this code of conduct.
Thank you. Thank you.
It doesn't.
Engineer has a correction to make.
He
So
doesn't supposed to.
Thank you.
He's not supposed to bring this code of conduct. He has nothing to do with this.
Very well.
But the process started way back in the previous government.
Honorable, thank you, engineer.
Yeah, let me just make a little correction. The process that led to the award of the mine to EMP did not start long ago. Let's be very clear on that. So whatever, because the lease hadn't ended.
Yeah.
The lease hadn't ended. So whatever EMP offered in 2022 could only be an expression of interest. And there was no process initiated to hand over. No bid had been opened. So let's be very clear about that. That this process that has led did not start in 2022.
I may even help you on that.
What expression of interest?
Yes. So
what happened under my brother
Exactly.
Abu Jinapong when he was the minister was only to write a letter of no objection.
yes.
Which does not mean approval.
Which does not mean approval.
So that's the
that's
so
what-
that's
At the time that you are talking about, no, let's be clear. At the time that you are talking about, Gold Fields had 90% ownership
Exactly.
of it.
Yes.
The bid, their lease hadn't ended. So if EMP wanted to acquire, they would have to negotiate at that time. And Gold Fields could have decided, look, I'm opening it up for international bidding. So that process that led to the current acquisition did not start in 2022. So don't create the impression that it started then.
Interest.
Yes. So the
expression of interest.
Yes.
So
at that time you could have shown interest. That doesn't mean I'll sell it to you.
It's part of the process.
No, it's not part of the process. No, it's not part of this process.
You can only say the legal process who has to do with the tender.
So at that time they brought
tender.
that.
So at that time even say that if you are saying that the tender, which is the legal, but in terms of the process, expressing interest is part of the process.
No, it's not.
No,
because at that time no bid had been opened.
Very well.
The Vortex and all this people did
interest way back in 2022. Let it be.
Because simply because you are working there, you have inside information that man possibly wants to sell and say, you, I'm interested.
So the man has shown interest way back in 2022. It's not part of the process.
Let me give you a typical example again. So somebody has a fleet of cars in this country, plenty cars. Then the presidency is going, presidency, come and take my cars and then travel. He has the best of cars in this country. So he says, President, come and take my car. And the president goes to take it. The next day, someone on the mine wins a contract. What will be the optics?
True.
No, this example you gave
let's-
happened. The late, although I stand to be corrected, there was a man appointed by President John Dramani Mahama his first term, buttoned down, to be in charge of corruption and all that
Yeah.
at the presidency.
You see? What's that?
Battendam, one Daniel Battendam. I think it's late Battendam now. You should find out. I think he was in charge of corruption. He was called by a radio station in this country and then asked a question. Should a contractor get a car to a president or to someone, would it smack of, or does it smack of conflict of interest? He says yes. Then they said, okay, we put it before you that a contractor on the Eastern Corridor Road has gifted a Ford Expedition vehicle to the president. He said, really? Then he cut off the line. He went off. you understand? He went off the line completely. So this is exactly what engineer is saying. So some of this, when they come, the optics actually show, the negative. Basically, that's what it is. However, we are not saying that subjectively, whatever has been done is not within the tender within the law.
So what I just wanted to emphasize is that issue. So the process that led was completely under the control of the NDC government. This process that has led to the acquisition was completely under the control of the NDC government. So let's not bring in and so because he expressed an interest in 2022, it's the same process. It's not the same process.
Anyway.
There's a message here that says, hi, what's the headache of those against the Damai mines going the way of EMP? Shockingly, the MPP members seem to be heard the loudest. Question is, if Maripoma had won, would they have resisted? EMP started doing business with Damai mines since 2002 under Kufuor's regime. Abosu Goldfields, in the interest of Damai mines, wrote to EMP, being their contractor, about loss of interest in the mines. EMP showed interest in the mines, approached the Minister of Lands in 2023 under Nanado's.
But who's this Maripoma is the MPP? Who's this Maripoma?
The president of Honorable
businessmen in this
Samuel
country. Who says Maripoma?
And
Maripoma
agreement
is
was
buying
reached
this
for the
equal
takeover.
Yes, so I said they're all businessmen.
Let me just complete this one. It says, finally, when the tenders were opened under this administration, EMP won by over 93% against the others. So what is the headache here? Papa Bisu from Spintex sent that one. This one says, Ibrahim Mahama started his contract on Damai mines before his brother became vice president.
Nobody said.
We don't know what contract you are referring to, so we'll leave it at that. Concerned lady in Takwa, okay. Good morning, Channel 1. Even if the bid was awarded on legitimate and procedurally sound grounds, its justification remains contentious due to the bidder's relationship with the president. This association raises concerns about potential conflicts of interest and undermines public trust in the transparency of the procurement process. Therefore, it is essential to undertake a critical and objective analysis of how the bid was won, examining whether due process was strictly followed, and whether the outcome reflects fairness, competitiveness, and accountability. So these are the questions we are also raising this morning. Techi Samson from Brekum, thank you for that one. The code of conduct didn't say there shouldn't be a gift to the people of Ghana. His brother's jet is a gift to the people of Ghana. That's Kobna Anan from Takrati. Very well, we hear you. Keep sending your messages in, and we'll do our best to read them here. Let's move to the matter of fuel prices, Middle East tensions. The MPA boss.
I thought we were going to talk about the LGBTQ.
We will talk about it.
It's very important.
We will.
I mean, this is an issue that is against the culture. Look,
we will talk about it, but
now.
you would agree.
Before we even come to
no, but you would agree.
No, I'm saying, look.
I mean, I struggle to buy fuel.
I think it is important we expose the double standard
Alaji,
of the
we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there.
How they are treating Ghanaians.
Please permit me.
The clergy, the imams,
your
the pastors,
hold your oars.
that you put together
you
and
would
write
have time
us.
to
now
go
today
on
in our schools, our young people are dying
Alhaji,
because of turumu.
Alhaji,
Let's watch it.
Hold on.
No, we must discuss it.
We'll get there. Hold on. Let's discuss this issue of fuel prices. If there's a shortage of fuel today, you couldn't have been able to come here to talk about it.
Today, Felix Ofosu-Kwakye is saying that we are wasting people's time.
If there's
this.
Please,
Alhaji, people who
if there's fuel shortage today,
to the advantage,
you couldn't have come here this morning to talk about it if you didn't have fuel in your car.
I would have walked. I would have walked here. I would have woken up at least 1 hour or 2 hours before, walk from my house to this place without fuel. But the LGBTQ destroy the future of the children in this country, which NDC spoke about. And we're loud.
So this is your submission on it.
No. I'm here too. I have a lot.
Are you sure?
It's voluminous.
My boss who?
Relax. We'll get there.
Is that my boss who?
Relax. We'll get there. We'll get there. Engineer.
Or Sim George.
The MPA tells us that we have 8 weeks of fuel cover, petrol and diesel. So should we throw our hands in the air and start jubilating?
Oh my God.
Oh, I think that for the fuel cover, that is good news.
Yeah.
Especially with what's happening in the Middle East. But I think that I heard someone indicate that the fuel cover that we have is not a strategic storage facility. It's more for trading purposes.
Okay.
So again, we need to look at it and say, do we need to improve our storage capacity in terms of strategic reserves? Because the person was saying that, and if the person is right, then what he's saying makes a lot of sense. He says what we have by way of reserve is basically for trading purposes.
Right.
Until the next ship arrives, this is what is there. So we possibly need to look at increasing our own strategic reserve. But I think that as a nation, we are still very short of long-term planning and developing our own country. So we are always firefighting, and that in itself does not help us to develop a country.
Right.
And let me cite this example. So recently the president traveled to Mozambique or somewhere, then a comment came out about Fugu. Then the following week, Zambia. Then somebody said, we have declared Wednesday a Fugu day. I mean, no, but I'm simply saying that we are simply being reactive.
Absolutely, it doesn't work.
As a country, we are simply being reactive. Yeah, you understand?
No, that's a strong point.
That is not how we run a country.
And I agree with you.
Or knee-jerk reactions. Get up, oh, let's do this. So suddenly a government comes in.
But if you can hop on jets.
And we are, yes, again, I was listening to interviews the other day. Say a country, one part of the country where people say, oh, now tourists are coming to their country and they have a lot of waterfront properties to be given out.
Yeah.
And I say again that, you see, we need to plan for development. Our local authorities, municipal and district assemblies, are not doing their job. Zoning and planning is important, because if we don't plan for land use, nothing is going to work in this country.
True.
And for me, that should be the focus, rather than these knee-jerk reactions. Let's do this. Suddenly, let's do this. We are jumping, because look, if you don't plan land use properly, you can never have proper transportation systems. So suddenly the government goes to buy 100 buses and brings it. You think that is going to solve our transportation problem? It
Actually,
won't
300, but 100 have arrived.
Exactly. It won't solve our problem. And was that sole sourced? Or it was
We need to
subject to
interrogate that as well.
international competitive bidding? You see,
That also needs to be interrogated.
All these things need to be thought through carefully.
Yeah.
Because when we say we even want to solve a transportation problem, we need to sit down and say, how do we actually solve
that? Yeah.
It begins with planning land use and zoning laws.
Right.
If we don't do that, we can never get transportation right. Because today we build here, we build there, we build here, and then tomorrow, so we need a road here, so okay, then we have to pull down these houses. I mean, it doesn't work that way. So first, I think that we need to plan for long term. Why I'm raising this issue in connection with this fuel issue is this. If we don't plan land use long term, these things will keep hitting us every day. We have a water body that runs from the north all the way down to the sea. What are we doing to that water body? We are allowing everybody to encroach and decide, oh, I want to farm here, or I want to build a hotel here next to it. The question I am saying is that is fresh water.
Yeah.
Why don't we demarcate a certain area within that river body and say this is only for farming? Because look, the people who go for tourist attraction are the 10% Ghanaians who have money to afford. Less than 10%. But we are focusing on things that do not yield to the larger benefit of the nation. Why should Ghana be struggling to have food? When Burkina Faso suddenly says we won't give you tomatoes, then we are struggling. I mean, this shouldn't be happening. So we are a country that should plan so that when there are external shocks, we don't suffer unduly. So I would say again that the government, through the municipals, must first develop zoning, proper zoning and planning laws. Because today everybody decides, I want to build a house here. Let me give you a typical example again. Go to cantonments. Suddenly a building has come up there, which has a shop underneath. I mean, for purposes of traffic flow and management, should that building be there as a shop? You understand? So who gave permits for those things to be put up there? So again, then the next day we say, then let's do a flyover.
Temporary structures have been demolished in Kasua to make way for permanent structure.
Exactly.
By the main road.
Exactly. So for me, when you don't plan and zone properly, there is no way you can have even transport flow.
Right.
So this issue of fuel storage and capacity, let's sit down as a country. Tema Oil Refinery hasn't been working for years. Why hasn't it been working? Every day we keep giving us, and yet every government appoints a chief executive. You
I think
understand?
the current one is doing some good work there. Combat.
Oh, I don't know what is done so far, but all I'm saying is that Tema Oil Refinery hasn't been working for some time.
This PR government. You have no idea what NDC can do.
Ghana
PR
has oil. How come Ghana's oil is still not being refined in Ghana? All these years. We found oil for how many years now? Ghana's oil is
PR
still not
government.
being- So again, these are things that we should be asking ourselves about rather than wait
Only
for
settings.
to be hit with a national crisis and then we say, hey, these are the things. So I think that clearly the symptoms of what may be happening due to international are because we ourselves are not planning effectively and managing this country properly.
Very well. Thank you, Engineer. I'll come to you, but let me take a quick break here, and then I'll come for your submission and that of honorables on this 8 weeks fuel reserves that we have. And of course, what sounds like good news, although we are not too certain about it, the announcement by Donald Trump of a 2-week ceasefire within the Middle East. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Let me coffee here.
Yeah, you need coffee. You need coffee. You need coffee. This issue you are trying to defend here. You need coffee.
Planning to relocate from your company, office, or house, whether across cities to another town or halfway around the country, you want a moving company you can depend on to get you there? Let me introduce you to Logistics Movers. We are here to help you every step of the way, from planning the move to unpacking the last box and settling into your office or home. We have the expertise, experience, and market understanding and offer fast, reliable, and professional transportation services in Ghana. Our main thrust is to successfully move your business, household items safely, on time, and hassle-free. You can call us on 0246 833 539 or 0244 342 465. You can also send us an email to info@logisticsmovers.com or check our website www.logisticsmovers.com. Why expose your company or household items to theft or damages when you are relocating if it's avoidable? Logistics Movers, we help you relocate.
How may I help you today?
We'd like to open a bank account.
Sign here, sign here, sign here, and here. And now you draw direction to your house. I need your thumbprint. And I'll need your birth certificate too. No, I need the original.
A lot has changed since you banked like this. So have we. We've made it easier than ever to open an account online and bank on the go through our mobile app, online banking, and more. EcoBank, a better way to bank your way.
Sign here, and here.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Welcome to The Point of View. This is your favorite current affairs show here on Channel One Television. On The Point of View, we pick the right topics, get the right guests, and ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you.
With the complexities of the issues happening around us on a daily basis, it's the hard-hitting conversations and the probing questions of The Point of View.
So what is the Public Account Committee's job?
So what we do is to scrutinize, clarify, and find out why certain infractions have been made.
What do these IMF programs try to do?
The current program is for budget support.
Okay.
There are no projects attached.
That teases apart the twisted entanglements of politics and governance, as well as religious and social discourse. The Point of View brings you the policymakers and duty bearers and drills down to the very bottom of issue.
What authority do you have?
The Point of View airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on Channel One TV.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel One Television. We're having the news review segment. I'm going to Alhaji Kamaldeen to pick his comments or his thoughts on the Middle East tensions and the announcement by the NPA boss that we have some 8 weeks reserves of petrol and diesel. But subsequently, Trump...
Oh, no. I'm just Kamaldeen. No. Mohammed, I'm just Kamaldeen. No, I'm just Kamaldeen. Let me maintain my Kamaldeen.
You see, you want to be addressed as MP before deputy.
I'm just Kamaldeen. So I want to be Kamaldeen.
He wants to be Kamaldeen. Let's deal with that.
No. On a serious note, yesterday, I was listening to various platforms in the media, and I got so much worried. Even this morning, it continued. Ghanaians have to pay so much for transport to their workplaces. And that's what I'm worried about. And this is as a result of the fuel prices or price hikes. I've heard that now to travel, Honorable is from Upper West, to travel from Accra to Wa, you need 400 cedis.
That's the new prices announced by VIP.
400 Ghana cedis, yes. That's a lot of money. To travel from Accra to Bolgatanga, you need 400 cedis. To Tamale, you need 350 Ghana cedis or more. And within Accra, a lot of increases. To Kumasi, you now need about 150 Ghana cedis to buy a ticket. And all this boils down to fuel prices. And you see, engineer makes a very strategic point. What was the core mandate of BOST, Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation, when we set it up in 1993? The mandate was to envision how we can have fuel reserves stored in case of circumstances like this happen. So the big question is, have we departed from that core mandate of BOST as a country? Now BOST is jostling with BDCs for trading. It's a strong point he has made.
Yeah.
And a country that cannot think of reserve. Why? The United States of America, who are in this war, I even call people to come and buy fuel from them.
Yeah.
Because they have bunch of reserve. That's strategic thinking. Japan says their reserve will last them about 5 months or 4 months. Other big countries come to, what have we learned? So if we had the idea of putting both together, and we're supposed to have farm tanks. The last time I checked, when I go to Tema, they have some farm tanks there. When you go to Akusombo, it's mini. That was because of the barge. Okay, there's also another farm tank there, not much anyway. But the last time I checked, and then of course in Bolgatanga they have a farm tank where they're supposed to have a remitter station in Savoligu and all those things.
Right.
And they were thinking of doing something in Western region, which is supposed to be ideal, because we even have our fuel around that area. We don't even have. So strategically, we do not have reserves. Any CEO we put at BOST, that CEO is thinking about how I can go and buy fuel and come and sell. And he and BDCs will be fighting. Senor Jose and his people, and then BOST will be saying, hey, boss, that's not your work. You can't go and buy this. Then BOST will also say, no, we also have times we can also trade. So we have actually allowed BOST to depart from its own core mandate. That is why I'm not surprised that MPA will come and announce that we have some 8 weeks cover. And I'm not also surprised that those in the industry will say that this is just for trading. So when they sell it out, we are God. Fortunately, the President of the United States has lifted his threats, or has backed down on his threats, against Iran. And maybe those comments have seen some prices of fuel coming down. I hear it has trickled down a little bit lower than $100.
So
below $100 a barrel or something like that.
WTI is around 97. Brent crude is around 95.
So if that continues, and the Strait of Hormuz, we are told
$97, $95.
And the Strait of Hormuz, we are told by Reuters that it appears Iran is likely to also allow a smooth passage.
Right.
Now, if that happens, possibly we may be cushioned internationally. And of course, that has an effect on our pricing locally, and then our supply as well. I believe when that happens, it's going to be good for us.
True.
But critical point is, what are we doing in the events of like this.
The president has called for an emergency cabinet meeting. I'm sure Thursday.
It was basically on the subject matter of pricing, not basically to talk of strategic
reserves.
I know. The last time
but I'm sure.
pricing,
I mean, once they said to converse,
the
this might
pricing
come
just
up.
came up with me and engineer talking about it here. They have not spoken of reserve. All they're talking about.
No, but we don't know.
Yes, for now we have not spoken yet. So I've not.
The cabinet meeting.
You haven't spoken yet.
Probably look at that as well.
I don't know. But I'm saying that it is important we take the aspect of reserve very seriously. But you see, the difficulty that also comes with it's not about having the facility to store. It's about whether we have the money to even buy and store. It's also another difficulty. Okay, because of the deregulated environment. We have allowed private sector to rather have the money and buy income. Okay, when I was on the boss board as a member of the boss
you
board.
on the boss board?
I've sat on the board before.
Okay.
When I was on it, our challenge was finances. Basically, our challenge was financing. Until we had to do trading to find it. That was why we justified trading. To be able to do trading and then be able to move around and see how we can show up. Because to even take care of your staff and all those things were issues. Apart from the boss margin we're getting, we didn't have any source of funding again. So we thought that trading would have helped us. But I'm saying that if government is deliberate about it, now that we have about 26% to 28% taxes on our fuel, what are we doing to ensure that out of those taxes that we are getting, some component is gone for buying reserve just to keep? Not for us to take the money and go and chop. But if we are taking 1 cedi on each liter, and the 1 cedi we say 20 pesos is for reserve. Okay, let the 20 pesos component be put together and buying products for reserve and building facility. That will make sense. But we are taking the 20% just to go and buy according to what we're paying for debt and doing for choppables. It is wrong. So I think that yes, we should address the issue of reserves and then be able to help us. But I thank God that now the world is seeing a reprieve, and I believe in the end of the day, if it continues like this, we all want peace. I think things will normalize for Ghanaians, as it were. But things are really times are really difficult. Transport sector is not easy. Food is not easy, and all that. Look, when you ask your men working here before they commute from their homes to this place, they struggle. It's not a joke. And Ghanaians are suffering. With a meager salary, the person has to take 3 cars, has no money. So please, the transport officers, if the price of fuel comes down, we beg you, reduce the price too. Ghanaians have a way of doing it. When they increase it, once it has been increased, it goes and up. Then it comes, it stays. They will not reduce it again.
That's when they remind you of the other factors that contribute to the price build-up.
This time round, we have to fight it. Thank you.
Honorable, quick thoughts. Fuel reserves, 8 weeks.
Yes, first of all, let me thank my brother. At least when somebody does something good, it is important to acknowledge the person. You know, he spoke as a national person, and it is important that I let you know that if that can be extended to all his colleague communicators, when something that has to be
He's
seen,
patronizing me.
something that has to be seen.
The man is patronizing me on the LGBTQ.
He's preparing for the fight ahead.
I am not going to bad. I will not bad on that.
You know, we should see it aside. You know,
This is political patronage.
So remain Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Remain
That's what
objective.
you want me to do. I will
He
not.
should remain as an objective politician.
Thank you.
And that is what he has demonstrated. Thank you very much.
Hey, Honorable.
Yes, but what he says that when the fuel
I
prices
think
come
Muhammad should
down,
make him a lobbyist.
when the fuel prices come down, the transporters should also do well to reduce.
It's very important.
It is important.
Honestly.
Others would have been wishing the other way around. They should keep increasing so that there will be. It shouldn't be so. We should look at how we can all contribute to the development of this country. Right. Yes, of course. What he says, you know, myself and him, he served on the board. Before my appointment, I was also on the board of BOST. I was a board member there.
Oh, is it?
Yes, and it is true that our reserve is not the best. We do not have the infrastructure for the storage. And then when the reason why sometimes you see BOST engage in, trading, in competing with others, it is not only sometimes financial issues. They don't have the storage. So when they receive the fuel, then wordness. You can't keep it forever. The fuel that you receive cannot even take you for maybe 1 month. And fuel cannot be kept, I don't know, for that long. So they have to, once in a while, you empty the tanks and refill. And in emptying it, you have to sell.
You have to sell.
And one of the mandates of BOST also is to ensure that there's fuel security in the country and the price stabilization. Because if you leave it entirely, right, if BOST, for instance, to say that they are not going to engage in trading, you can imagine what will happen. There's no any public company that has the facilities you just mentioned at Savlegu, Bolgatanga, and Kumasi.
Savlegu is just even a remitter.
That
one passes through. They don't have storage like that. It's Bolgatanga they have actually.
And
Bolgatanga and Bupe.
Yeah. And so, BOST at every point always want to make sure that there's available fuel at Bupe so that they can serve the northern part of the country. And when it comes to the storage, I think it is important as a country for us to look at how we can retool BOST to build more for the, how do you call it, is it farm tanks?
The farm tanks. Yeah.
Especially if you go to the western region where we have our oil. Tank farms. It's tank farms. Yeah, tank farms. Yeah, tank farms. If we have that, then we can have enough storage. If we cannot even keep maybe up to 3 months, at least as a country, we should also be talking about a month in case there's any emergency that we cannot import fuel. At least we should be able to have fuel within our country like a month.
Very well.
But in the case that I think the MPA says that
8 weeks.
2 months. So we have 2 months. That's 2 months.
That's 2 months.
Then we're doing well. But
we're doing well.
If he says 2 months, if he says 2 months, I would say well. But I still think that we need to retool BOST to ensure that they build more farm tanks. Or you said tank farms or farm tanks?
Tank farms.
Tank
farms.
Tank
so that they can have more reserve, more storage. Because if you look at the mandate of it, is to just BOST and that of buffer stock. They have same mandate. Buffer stock is to store the food items in our various warehouses in case of any emergency. Government can rely on those food items to ensure that the country will not go hungry. Fuel, the same. But in the case of BOST, we don't have the capacity to store them. I think Kamal really spoke well that government we should invest more in that regard. Look at the US. They are out there causing all these troubles for us.
But they are inviting people to buy from them.
But for if you look at it,
they should come and help them.
It's the other way around. You know, when they cause the confusion, then the prices goes up, and then they tell you come and buy from us. You understand?
Interested.
They can be there without importing fuel for some time, and that is how come you see Trump doing all what he's doing, and the impact they are not feeling it. We that we are far away, we are suffering. Other countries are suffering. So I think we need to think strategically and not all the time responding to issues. Anytime, like engineer said, when there's an issue that we'll try to see how we can solve the issue, we must think ahead and plan ahead. Some of these things we can really plan and make sure that huge investment.
You have the mandate, plan, govern this country well.
So I believe
and stop wearing smokes alone.
I shouldn't wear smoke.
No. Smoke. That knee-jerk policies. Well, I'm also wearing smokes, but of course, you only wear smokes. You will tell us to wear smoke, and think that's a policy.
But I didn't tell you to wear smoke.
Thank you.
So
please land for me.
No, so I trust the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and then the current energy minister is doing fantastically well. I believe that as part of the cabinet meeting that they would have, all of these things probably they will consider them. Because if you're looking at how to cushion the prices, it means that if we had a fuel reserve that we could depend on that, we as a country, we could control the prices. Because if we could have fuel reserve in Ghana, that could take us even 6 months. It means that government could come out with a price and say, okay, government fuel, we are selling at this price.
I agree.
Nobody, no transporter would have said that they are going ahead to increase prices. And so I believe that as part of the meeting.
Work on the reserve.
All of these things will be discussed. If they can look at where they can get money to channel that money to expanding,
facilities like
that at Post, so that in the future, when we are faced with a challenge like this, we also fall on our reserve. That will help us.
Just like the Gambia has done. Gambia has cut fuel prices, some 4.5.
Yeah, because
they have the
meanwhile, Gambia is small. You've been to that country?
Yeah, Gambia is small. I haven't been.
Yeah, but it's quite a small country, but they have been able to strategize on that. Yes.
Very well. Very well. The MPP is in the news demanding an apology from His Excellency the President for an unfulfilled LGBTQ plus bill promise. They accuse the President and the NDC government of hypocrisy on this matter. Engineer, where do you stand on this?
Let my friend.
You see, he has a lot to say, right? No, it's good. I'm happy. Thank you for being. I am grateful.
I'm grateful, engineer. I am really grateful. Very, very grateful. President John Dramani Mahama, wherever you are this morning, you have disappointed Ghanaians.
You need to greet him first.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the President of the Republic of Ghana, wherever you are this morning,
good morning.
You have disappointed Ghanaians.
How?
Big time.
How?
He has disappointed the clergy. He has disappointed the imams. He has disappointed the pastors. He has disappointed even the traditional rulers.
How?
Why? He told us that he, John Dramani Mahama, if he were the president when the bill was passed, he would have signed it into law immediately.
Indeed.
With no ifs, no buts. He did.
Yes.
When he was voted for, he quickly came to tell Ghanaians why he could not sign it, and that bill had died with the 8th Parliament.
Which is true.
No problem. And that he was going to ensure that a government bill is properly laid before Parliament.
Was that what he said?
Oh, Nana, let me throw nicely. I beg you.
Sponsored
he
bill.
Said
not necessarily a private member's bill.
He met with the clergy.
Yes.
And assured them that government at the end of the day was going to prepare a government bill.
Yes.
To take to Parliament, for Parliament to pass it, for him to question is a big question is President Dramani Mahama. Where is the government bill on LGBT?
It's still in the works.
No. Do you know how many bills have gone to Parliament under certificate of urgency to pass, including Galamsey bill or the gold bond? That one in the night, because that one interests them.
Including the one
even they were working in the night, they had to go and pass all those bills.
Including the one to stop mining in forest reserves.
All these bills have gone. The government bill has not gone. That's a disappointment. And that is the reason why we should not take the words of the NDC for, if you like, anything.
If we were to do a scale of preference, where would you put that as against the other bills that have been passed?
The Minister for Communication, my brother Sam George, Sam George rather. My brother Sam George. Sorry, sometimes when I think of the same registration, I always the Sam comes in. My brother Sam George. Sam George. Wherever you are this morning, wherever he is this morning, he should bow his head down in shame.
Why?
He told us that President Mahama will know no peace from Sam George.
Yeah.
If he doesn't sign that bill into law.
But currently there's no bill before the president.
With all respect, when the president came and gave reason why that bill would not be signed, Sam George kept quiet. No problem.
Because
when the president said he was going to ensure that a government bill would actually be laid before Parliament, Sam George is quiet until date. Sam George, who weaponized LGBT Christians, went out all over. He was all media platform, one-on-one, whatever, talking about it. It's very quiet in this country now, as if he's not in this country. And the pastors are watching, the churches are watching. Sam George, who was anointed with anointed oil, he was poured on anointed oil to go out there and fight for LGBTQ. Today, Sam George is very quiet, concentrating on how he can get 7 CDs each from each person to re-register his thing.
So what exactly
that's what
are you doing?
I am telling you what he's doing now. Today, the 7 CDs, when you multiply by 40 million, that's about 280 million Ghana cedis that Sam George will bag when after they register.
But that's not for him as a person.
I am only telling you what he's concentrating on.
The price
he has forgotten about how our children will suffer in schools. Our future, is a problem. He has forgotten that he told us that we were introducing Turmu in this country and that it was a depart from our norm. Today he's quiet about it. So you see, the NPP's call yesterday, and we still remain on it, and we are going to drum it until they pass this bill. Finally, on this, before I move on,
do you honestly think
I think that the Speaker of Parliament is not doing a good service to this country?
How?
Why? When the bill came through the seven private member bill, look at the agency. Look at the way the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, held it in high esteem. To the extent that he asked a question in Parliament, who among you in this house doesn't want this bill to pass? Everybody was quiet.
Yeah.
You remember that?
By a question like that, you can't answer. Your constituents are looking at you.
Everybody was quiet in the
it's called trick
in the plenary. Everybody was quiet in Parliament. You know what? Then based on that, they passed the bill. Today, that bill doesn't even come on government business. That private member bill doesn't even come. I don't know who
let's find out from the MPs in Parliament.
The Fiamakpo, who is a chief whip, he will come, you get his time. The Fiamakpo, if you are watching me, you are a disappointment to Mother Ghana.
Your time is up.
All of them are a disappointment. And we are saying that we have to call them out. Our children are suffering.
Thank you.
If I tell you in the night what they do in the 9 clubs in Ghana, now the people they need, the kind of money they are pumping in, our leaders have now gone for money and forgotten about LGBTQ. Because of money, they don't want to pass this bill. We will fight them. I'm telling you,
we can't substantiate this. So thank you. Let's leave it there.
Dramani Mahama and his NDC have disappointed Ghanaians.
Thank you.
And I'm surprised my brother was sitting here.
Your point is well made.
Now to defend some of this. All of them are a good Muslim. I'm a good Muslim. And I will not sit down for this to happen to Ghana.
Honorable, this is the call from the NPP. Where is the bill? At what stage is it now?
It is important that I respond to some some few issues raised by my brother. First of all, he spoke about the fact that Speaker Alban Bagbin is disappointed.
Yes, I am disappointed in him.
He's disappointed with my chief whip, the Fiamakpo.
Yes.
I think he's not being fair.
I am very fair. The agency, I'm just seeing the agency.
I was very quiet.
Okay.
Your Excellency, you are an ambassador.
Go ahead.
So,
your lobbying didn't work.
No, it's not a lobby. No, I'm not lobbying him. Was he not an appointment? He was appointed.
Don't worry about that. I'm not a subject matter. The subject matter is so the LGBT bill.
Don't worry.
And sign it into law.
Alaji, thank you.
Like what Senegal has done.
When you sit here, you're trying to demonstrate as though all of a sudden it is today my brother Kamal has become a son of the bomb. It is today all of a sudden my brother Kamal has become a committed Muslim. It is today all of a sudden I'm coming.
My position has always been supported.
Yes, I'm coming. It is today all of a sudden my brother Kamal has become a Ghanaian, well cultured, that he is against this. That is where I see my brother Alhaji Kamaldeen
Abdallah
expressing some bit of hypocrisy here.
Really?
Yes.
How so?
And I'll explain. Yes. You were here in Ghana at the time that we were almost done with this issue. This wouldn't even be a topic for us to be discussing as a country. At that time, you had a voice. My brother was nowhere to be seen. He went silent.
Really?
When we passed the bill and the bill was transmitted to the president to assign his signature on it, and the president had to use a legal way to ensure that that never happened.
The president was the one who used the legal way.
I'm coming.
There were cases in court.
Please.
There were cases. Had to respect that.
Those were manufactured cases.
Manufactured?
Yes, manufactured cases. When we were speaking, I kept quiet. We call them manufactured cases.
Really?
Yes. He's a politician.
Something you guys do, eh?
It is not something we guys do.
It's something politicians do.
In fact, their position was very clear. Their position was very clear. As far as the LGBTQ plus and what have you was concerned and still concerned.
There were proponents of the bill from their side.
Please, I'm coming. That is what I'm saying, that the entire NPP, including Alhaji Kamaldeen, they are expressing hypocrisy here today.
Really?
In fact, I am more disappointed in Reverend Intim Fojo, a proponent of the bill, a co-sponsor of the bill.
True.
he knows the stage at which the bill is in Parliament. It is not in a case that the bill is not before Parliament. And it is again important for us to establish the fact that when the president says he would have preferred that a government-sponsored bill, it is when you are at court, you currently decide to go to court with an issue. I cannot also go to court because you are already at court. If government says that they wanted to sponsor the bill, and those who sponsored the bill as private members of Parliament in the 8th Parliament decided to take it upon themselves again and re-sponsor it, you cannot, as government, you can't tell them stop, because they are representing constituencies. So if a bill is before Parliament, sponsored by members or a member of Parliament, government cannot also come up with same bill. You can not do that.
But it's a government bill ready.
I don't know when you say government bill, I'm not the Attorney General, but I'm telling you that if the bill cannot, listen, when you say, what is bill? No, come on.
Indeed, it's not the Attorney General.
Yes,
but you're a member of
speak.
Parliament.
Yeah,
at what stage is the private member's
Very
bill?
good.
That is so that is what I'm saying.
So
that
what is the stage?
At what stage is the
when
bill?
you sponsor a bill, it goes through certain stages. And to be fair to you, and I don't want to say something that I'm not aware of.
my God.
Because for some time now, I just resumed.
Yes,
I wasn't in Parliament because of an unfortunate accident.
Yeah,
I was
very well.
not in Parliament. Let me even say for the entire this meeting. I only came 3 days to the rising of the House. So I cannot. I don't know where.
Granted, very well.
Where they are, what stage? But what I'm aware of is that the bill currently is before Parliament. It's part of the bills before Parliament because that bill was reinitiated in 2025.
Okay.
So when do you expect
Please.
it to pass?
So as I sit here, I am not the Speaker of Parliament. It depends. The bill, please.
Honorable, can I ask you a
I
quick
can only
question?
tell you the
Can I ask you a
bill.
quick question?
It
Quick
could
question.
be. It could be passed.
Quick question.
By the end of this year. It could be passed.
It's not a new bill. It's been reinitiated.
Exactly.
It's the same thing that was passed.
But that
so does
doesn't
it have to take this long?
You see, let me tell you something. You know when you say it's not a new bill, that doesn't mean that because it was passed before.
We know it still has to
It
go through the
has to go
stages.
through the processes.
But does it have to take this long?
No, when you say how long, there's not in terms of passing a bill. There's no any number of how many months.
How many bills have been passed under certificate of urgency?
No, when you see, the only person who can initiate a bill with certificate of emergency is government sponsored bill. You as a private member, you cannot. You are not the leader of government business.
They are not committed.
No,
Simple.
please don't say that. When you say
They
they
are
are
not committed
so
to it.
including in Team Faja, is that the case?
I'm saying that
because it's a proponent.
leaders in
So are you
Parliament are not
no,
committed.
it is not leadership.
Thank you.
Today,
No, no, please. I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not done.
Unfortunately, you have to forgive me.
You're not done. I'm not done.
Our time is up.
No,
So
no,
okay,
no,
then
no,
wrap up.
no,
Wrap up
no,
on this
no,
matter.
no, because you are not-
Alaji, thank you.
No,
Alaji, thank you.
You can't do that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mohammed,
We
you
have
are
to
not-
Alaji, thank you. We have to go. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Let it be on record
that
that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is sitting waiting with his pen.
When
the bill is passed.
These are rhetorics.
When the
These
bill
are
is
rhetorics.
passed.
These
Let
are
them
rhetorics.
You put your job on the line.
Yes,
You
and
put your
last
position
week I
as
said,
MP on the line.
I'm saying it here again. If
That's-
the bill is passed and John Dramani Mahama,
to
the
Jamestown
president of
and
the
say that
Republic,
the
does not
Maris-
sign, I, Mohammed Adam Super, I will resign as a member of
You will
Parliament.
resign.
for the
Thank you very much.
Resign.
This has been the
I'm
News
telling you
Review
to
segment
resign.
here on
NDC,
Breakfast Daily. I am Nanatu Boateng. Thank you, Honorable Suparu. Thank you, Alhaji Kamaldeen. Thank you, Engineer Kosi Dede. We'll see you again. But don't go away. The show continues after
We give
this.
you the opportunity.
Another year is here. A new beginning. A fresh opportunity to draw closer to God and to one another. This family month, your family radio station, 97.3 CDFM, invites you and your loved ones to something truly special. the 2026 Family Consecration Service, a sacred gathering where families come together in prayer, faith, and unity. It's a moment to dedicate your home to God's loving care, to seek His protection, His guidance, and His peace over every household. Come and experience divine connection as we pray for strength, restoration, unity, and direction for our families. Married couples will also have the opportunity to renew their vows, reaffirming love, commitment, and purpose. The date is Friday, the 1st of May, 2026, from 6 a.m. to 12 noon. The venue is the Oil Dome, Royal House Chapel, Accra. Bring your entire family and come expectant. And let's commit our homes into God's hands. 2026 Family Consecration Service is powered by 97.3 CDFM with support from Channel 1 TV, because the family that prays together stays together.
Calls me in the power for Christ the solid.
On Footprints this Friday, we sit down with Dr. Nii Nahku Quaino, the Ghanaian scientist and engineer widely recognized as the father of the internet in Africa. He takes us through his educational journey and shares how he helped expand and shape the growth of the internet across the continent.
A level, you had physics A, mathematics A, applied maths A, and then chemistry B.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, really the person who helped a lot was more like Rollins than many people.
Rollins?
Yeah.
With policy direction?
Policy direction, meaning that he said, and Mr. Pepra was the minister then, and he said, this is value-added service.
Yeah.
So while we are going to change the regulation, we can still proceed.
What do you make of generative AI and the way it's invaded every space?
Oh, me, I think it's good and healthy.
It's good?
It's good. It's supposed to be disruptive. The internet was disruptive, but people found their way, isn't it?
That's correct.
So this one too will be disruptive. The things which, can best be done by AI will be done by AI. There's another element coming after the AI, which has to do with being able to solve certain kinds of problems much quicker.
Wow.
Than we could solve them today.
So beyond AI, there's quantum.
There's quantum computing and communication.
Quantum computing is coming. So if you thought that AI was an explosion, wait till you hear about it.
In fact, AI needs quantum.
Footprints airs on Fridays at 7 p.m. with a repeat on Sundays at 5:30 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
What's up, people? The Cherokee Star Kwame Eugene. So there's this one fan memory I have of Ochano Kwame, and I keep saying this to my colleagues all the time. His ability to actually keep records of everything he's written, every song he's recorded. He has this book that all his raps are in there. He left it at my place some time ago, and I was actually amazed. And I think it's a memory that would always be in my mind. The fact that some of us, we enter the studio and we just spit fire and we think we are spitting fire, but he actually has records of everything. God bless Ochano Kwame for being consistent that long in the industry. And 50 years is a blessing. It's something we call for ourselves as well. One day, I want Ochano Kwame to say something about me. So sharing the same platform with Ochano Kwame, it's no news. We've done this multiple times. So pull up your numbers. Let's have some rockstar fun with the legend together on the 18th of April, +233. I'll be there, so don't stay home. Be there. Come in your numbers. Let's have some serious fun. We didn't come here to play. I have to steal. Number one, ladies and gentlemen.
Come in. When the Maysela passes by, buy some for me, okay? I've asked you to be coming every day.
Uncle Bester, are you referring to me?
Yes, you, of course.
Okay, let's pray. Never mind. Amen.
Hey!
Danny! Hey! Heaven save us!
Mama,
The Blanksins airs every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. and is sponsored by Out Insecticide, Nasco Electronics, Lizzie Shito, and Everpack on Channel 1 TV.
the vibe is too much.
Feels like a sacrifice, living this modern life. We're blinded by city lights, so show me the stars tonight. So meet me at the door at the break of dawn, where I said goodbye to you, goodbye to me. I mean, not the walls, but a quiet, it's the noise. We've got nothing to lose. Hear the birds spread the news. Sun is setting on the horizon. Yeah, you can feel it. Crickets creaking, cold of evening. Heaven's even orange green cloud. Heart is beating, slow down. We can breathe through yeah, somewhere. Only we go. Somewhere. Only we go. Can't let the sky be our roof. We've got trees for the moon. We've got nothing to lose. We've got nothing to lose. You're the best part of the news. They're the real muse. We've got nothing to prove. We've got nothing to prove. Improve so where only we go. So where only we know. So where only we go.
morning. Yeah, my name is Tommy Wa, and I'm just gonna play another song for you guys. This one is called God Loves When You're Dancing. Yeah. Enjoy. Smile a bit, my darling. I know it hurts more than a little. Don't shy away from me, cause it shows all the pain you've buried inside. I can feel there's some things words cannot describe. Like when you move without moving, I bet it's divine. God loves when you're dancing, so dance some more. God loves when you're dancing, so dance some more. Drawing close, let us sink in. I'm absorbed in your rhythm. 1, 2, 1, 2, always some beats. You must have been born with 2 right fits. I'm probably give up something concrete. You must have been born with 2 right feet. God loves when you dancing, so there's some more. God loves when you dancing, you should dance some more, so there's some more. Yeah, you know God loves when you dance, there's some more. Yeah, you know God loves when you dance. I tell you, laughing berry, Ijo, yeah. I tell you, laughing berry, Ijo, yeah. What I miss is my mother tongue. You first clap before you dance. Yeah. I tell you, laughing berry, God loves when you dancing, so there's some more. God loves when you dancing, you should learn some more. So dancing low, so dancing joy, so dancing gladness, so dancing faith, so dance with goodness, can dance with kindness, so dance with joy, so dance with peace, can dance in love, can dance in joy, can dance in gladness, can dance with faith, can dance like water, can dance like fire, can dance with laughter, can dance some more. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's some more. There's some more. You know God loves when you dance. When the Spirit of the Lord comes upon my soul, I will dance like David danced. Oh, and the Spirit of the Lord comes upon my soul, I will dance like David danced. God loves when you dance.
All right, good morning. It's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV, and that was a beautiful way
I
to
love that guy.
start the show
I love
with
that guy.
Tomiwa.
I love him. I love him. He actually takes me there.
I know.
Yeah.
So now I know the kind of music you like.
I like the music he does, and that's a good one. I'm sure you also enjoyed yourself out there. So on that note, let's begin the second half of the show.
Yeah.
Nana Tufo started with his guest. They spoke about a number of things, and my name is Philip Nilate.
And my name is Chris Carter, and I hope that you stay tuned with us from now till 11 a.m. as we bring you other things when it comes to the show. We'll be entering our communities, look at what's trending, and probably have some interviews and so on. So we hope you sit and stay with us.
So let's start with the Easter Orphan Project. It was a great one, having all of you support us. We went to a number of orphanage homes, went to a rehab, went to the Osam Krom prisons, where some of the prisoners were dancing the party there. We really partied hard with them. I want to say a very big thank you to you, to our generous donors, to our cherished viewers, our loyal listeners and partners. Thank you for supporting the Easter Orphan Project. At least we're able to put smiles on the faces of many. Yes, we started packing from Channel 1 TV straight to the rehab, to the orphanage homes, and also to the prisons, and it just was an amazing one. We had the prisoners actually getting to know that they are still with us, they are still close to us, so there isn't any distance between themselves and us, that we are out of the prison. So I want to say a very big thank you to you for deciding to be part of it, for coming here, donating, for giving your cash donations, and also for having us at the back of your mind that why not, let's support these individuals for them to also enjoy themselves during the Easter period. So a very big thank you to you all. And of course, when we call on you the next time, I'm sure that you definitely be heeding to our call and you pay attention to whatever demands we will make. That's a good one there.
All right, and we are still on our Eat Ghana Rice campaign, and this campaign is actually very important to us because it's not just about nutrition but also about contributing to the economy and also contributing to the supply chain of rice production in the country from farm to our plates. Let your meal make a difference. Choose Ghana first, and this is actually brought to you by Channel 1 TV on City 97.3 FM in partnership with Agri Impact Limited, MasterCard Foundation, and the 24-Hour Economy. Taste the effort and taste Ghana. Eat fresh, eat Ghana, build the future from fresh from our farms to your plate. So if you're thinking of your rice meals, remember, you can actually patronize Ghana Rice and still have that wonderful delicacy made of rice. It could be rice and stew, it could be jollof rice, it could be omotsuo, it also could be your rice ball. I mean, not rice balls, rice water.
So that's the rice balls.
Yeah, your rice water and all that. So yeah, so think Ghana Rice when it comes to
people
all
have
your meals.
different styles of doing rice porridge. The normal one we know will be you having the rice ball and all that. You know that at the end of the day it's going to be very watery and all that. But some people are putting in some condensed milk. Some people are putting in milk in there, putting sugar in there, doing everything in the utensil. After then they'll dish it out.
Yeah.
Some people can really do some Harvard kind of rice porridge
with a sprinkle of cinnamon.
Oh, so you know it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the condensed milk.
So that's what you can use the local rice for. Yeah. So we are just not limiting you to just buying the local rice and just explore. Try and add some 1 and 2s to it and get it done in a way that you would enjoy it. So get the local rice and ensure that you would actually get the local rice. After that, let's talk about the seasons of prayer. The seasons of prayer, which is very important, and it has started. And it started on the 1st of April to the 30th of April. And the seasons of prayer, we are telling you about it, that the midnight cry actually start from 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. And also, this is your day from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. And prayer encounter is from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. So if you didn't join the midnight cry, or you didn't join This Is Your Day, then please join the prayer encounter, which is actually going to happen in the next 3 hours. Yes, in the next less than 3 hours, it's going to start. So it's going to be 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Join it. And also, when you get a link, share so that
share the
someone can also
link.
be praying. So if you want more information on this, call the number 0244 981 112.
All right, so after the seasons of prayer, which is in April, 1st of March, we are going to be gathered together at the Royal House Chapel here in Accra for the family consecration service. This is a service where we call all family members, friends, and spouses, everybody to come together and pray to God. And this is actually also to put together the whole prayer that we've had throughout the season of April. So if you are a family that wants to renew your vows, a family that wants to bring peace, that wants to bring peace back into the midst, love and everything, this is the best place for you to be at the Oil Dome Royal House Chapel here in Accra for the family consecration service. And this is actually a yearly event.
And normally this event, they'll call the couples and they'll tell you that they face your wife or face your husband and at least renew your vow.
And then clearly you can see that some people haven't kissed in a long time. Some couples haven't really kissed in a long time. They're just living as brother and sister. I don't know how people do it, but come to the family consecration service so you that thing can come out again, in a holy way.
I'm watching you with one eye.
Anyway. No, wait. So
after that, I come for
do you still kiss your wife? It's very important.
Family consecration event, which is happening on the 1st of May.
Philip, do you still kiss your wife?
Make sure that you also download the Channel One News app, which is very important. So the Channel One News app, which is on Google Play Store. Why are you confusing me? And also App Store. Download it now, because I'm sure that if you are downloading the Channel One News app, you know all the stories that we are sharing on our social media portals and also handles and all the stories that we put on our website and all that. So make sure that you are downloading it. We keep telling you that you should download it, which is very, very important. Chris, I'll answer your question.
You are very shy.
Yeah, I'll answer your question. Let's now take you straight into the trends. Yesterday, the government of Ghana, there was a press conference that was held, and the government selected Engineers and Planners, ENP, as the top bidder for the Damang Gold Mine lease, following a competitive tender. And I saw the list of the companies in there, and Tally is not small at all. But EMP was selected at the end of the day. That drew 4 local companies. The Goldfields Ghana was hand over to the Western Region site on April 18, 2026. So this is the list. For Maripoma, the name really rings a bell, because Maripoma is a construction company, and that is on the number of road projects. And we've also seen the second one, that's the Goldfields, and we've also seen the Vortex Resources Mining Group. So it was a very difficult one, but I'm sure that at the end of the day, the government knows what they've seen. For that reason, EMP was actually chosen to be given the Damang Mines lease, and it's going to start immediately. But I'm sure that people are actually talking about it on social media. Let's bring you comments from social media fans, what they've been saying about this particular move by the government to as EMP becomes the top bidder for the Damang Gold mine lease following the competitive tender. So if we have the comments, let's bring you the comments on social media. If we do not, then we would have to go to space.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So I think that we'll move on with this, and so that's the news with that one. The Damine Gold Mine lease was actually ENP, that is Engineers and Planners, was selected as a top bidder for that particular project. So let's bring you the comments and quickly.
All right, engineers and planners with their extensive experience in mines deserve it. It was obvious that they were the best, no doubt. Tender review committee just wasted their time. The government should give them the go-ahead and start mining. Whatever money it generates from it will remain in the country, unlike a foreign company. Why can't they just share? If all the bidders are Ghanaian-owned companies, the government should distribute it among them based on their capacity. And that's what we have there in form of the comments.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah,
let's take it
very
to
interesting, very interesting comments. By the way, I think they're very interesting comments. But good luck to
EMP.
EMP. Yeah. But now let's go to space. Artemis 2 has actually been trending, and if you're wondering what Artemis 2 is actually a spacecraft that just landed space, and it's actually very significant to us because this is the first crew that has been on a mission to the moon in over 50 years, marking a crucial step towards long-term human presence in deep space and future missions to Mars. So they've been trending for a while now, but yesterday they actually captured a lunar eclipse from far side of the moon. So the 4-person team, Commander Reed Wiseman, pilot Victor Glover, mission specialist Christina Koch, who actually dropped the Ghana flag in space. So Ghana is also in the trends, when it comes to Artemis 2. So Ghana is somehow in space. So she dropped the Ghana flag there. And Jeremy Hansen launched on April 1st.
She has actually been to Ghana before.
Yes, yes. So from Kennedy Space Center aboard the Orion spacecraft Integrity, they flew around the moon far side on April 6, breaking the distance record of 252,756 miles from Earth, and captured a stunning image including craters, a crescent Earth from the far side, and a rare solar eclipse where the moon silhouetted against the sun. So apart from this, what also makes this whole conversation interesting is, everybody is also talking about the fact that they also dropped some, they have also taken some brands to space. So like how Ghana is on space, people are also talking about the iPhone being on space, because the 4-man crew all had iPhone 17s, you understand? So everybody's like, oh wow, the iPhone is there. And also some notable brands that have been on space. Yeah, so as you can see now.
But Samsung is not happy.
Samsung is not happy. They have to wait. Next time, after the next 50 years, when another crew is going, they probably take them. So some notable brands that also on space, Nutella. That's the chocolate spread.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they also took Nutella, the chocolate spread. They also took a toy that a little boy made.
Oh.
Yeah, to space. And also we have Nikon, the camera brand. So people are now saying, hey, so Nikon is better than
but God is wonderful.
Fuji and then Canon and all that. And also GoPro.
Yeah.
GoPro is also in space.
But actually, the crew actually lost contact with Earth as expected for 40 minutes as they traveled to behind the moon.
Yeah.
So this is the first time we've had them actually doing behind the moon. We have the video. Let's bring you the video, the NASA video, which is available. And this is a very, very beautiful one. And Chris, will you want to join?
I don't mind. If you promise me that nothing will happen, I don't mind exploring it.
But why will you think of something happening? Yeah, go to explore.
No. If you've watched,
you have to be adventurous. You have to go.
I've watched too much space movies to know that before they got to this stage, a lot of things happened. Do you understand?
Because what happened in the 1970 by Apollo 13 mission, they went 248,655 miles. But this one actually went beyond 250,000 miles. So, Charlie, they really went that far. They really went that far. And I like the fact that we are exploring. Maybe the next one we'll try and add Christy.
Hey, that would be nice. But
you have your namesake there.
Yes.
Yes.
So at least Christy is on space. Is Philip on space?
So what actually Christy said was that when they lost communication, she says that with communication re-established, when they lost and it was re-established, Christy said that it was so great.
I like the way you're calling her Christy, like you know her.
I know her. She's been in Ghana before, so I know her. He said it was so great to hear the earth again.
Yeah.
And soon after, the spacecraft dipped to within a few thousand miles of the lunar surface, and the crew witnessed a total eclipse of the sun as the moon blocked out its light. It's amazing. And once we are here, we don't see it as huge like this.
Yeah.
You see, very tiny, but Charlie, it's very huge. So congratulations to the 4 who went there to bring us the pictures, and I'm sure that iPhone and Samsung, they'll be partnering with whichever other iPhone is in the lead, so iPhone is in the lead.
We are there.
iPhone is in the lead. So let's bring you that particular video that we are talking about from NASA. If the producers do have it, let them play it right away. So that's a beautiful one, and when they were approaching it, all cameras were activated and they had to take shots so that we will see what they went to see. And the experience will be great. Though we are seeing what they've seen, the experience they've had is, Charlie, something that we cannot have.
We can never have.
Never.
You understand?
Never.
Floating on in the air. No gravity. It's
and the no gravity thing is and they
it's
have
a different level.
A way they use washrooms and all that.
Yeah.
When you go on social media, you go on the internet, you see a lot more of these things, and try and read about it or try and watch the videos about these things, and of course it's going to help you. But I'm sure we have comments on this, so let's bring you comment to what everybody is saying about the fact that we've had these 4 astronauts actually going there to see what they can see. Seems peaceful over there compared down to down here.
Yeah,
are you sure?
It's very peaceful.
Are you sure it's peaceful? You know that the earth was without form and shape, and the moon, that place is also without form and shape.
At least no.
Anyway,
no. Do you know why it's peaceful?
This one says that we grew up watching
these movies.
This in movies.
Yeah.
Now it's real. The shift is crazy. That shift is crazy. Okay. So you say, and NASA, you haven't yet responded to me. Why does the moon have so much potholes? I understand it's rocky.
Yeah.
I understand it's rocky.
So basically, I think those are the things that they call the craters. Like,
From where we sit, maybe seeing it up there, you think that it's like just light.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also getting its source from the sun. I'm just waiting for the day someone say that I want to go to the sun.
No, we can't. I don't think anybody can.
You can.
I don't think anybody can. And it's amazing how it all works together. Like you said, it gets its source from the sun.
The sun, yeah.
So that just shows us that yes, that the earth is actually going around.
Exactly, yeah.
So as we're here right now, it's going around, It gets to some point and it's dark, and it gets to some point there's light, and it will come back again over and over and again.
And you go to some countries that this place we are in darkness, they are in light right away.
So that's why it's like doing that. Yeah. So that means those two are stable. The sun is stable, the moon is stable. Yeah. We are just going round.
So I learned your science well,
like
the way Chris is learning. So now when we are talking about these things, you follow. Let's bring you more comments for what the public is saying. You can see the surface of the moon, and yet VAR still can't see a clear handball in the box. Levels of CGI. What signals are they using to send these pictures? Well, they have a way. And also these pictures, I think they took them, and they have a way to send the pictures. Mind you, they lost contact for 40 minutes. And that means that they regaining contact means that something is really happening with the connection. You wouldn't just wake up one day and you say you want to go to the moon. And this is not just the moon, behind the moon. So a place that we haven't seen before. And I like the fact that they have really explored. Maybe the next one they'll go, Chris Carter. You would actually replace
Christina.
Yeah, Christina. Okay.
Am I only just to follow and watch you? Because I can't do any of the astronaut job. I don't know the rights and the lefts of what to press. I'm just following. Just to enjoy myself.
Okay, so I think we have video of the day. Let's bring in the video of the day. Let's bring in the video of the day. So grateful that you stay with us here on Breakfast Daily on Channel One TV. That was an interesting conversation we're having on trends to the moon and back. And I'm sure that by now, maybe the next few hours, you'll be having reports that they are now back home. Yesterday, I wasn't here. Yesterday, I wasn't here. I had to go to Kaswa, where the old market was being demolished. A section of the old market was being demolished so that the redevelopment exercise will go on there. Or it was part of our community segment here on Breakfast Daily. But today we are still going to maintain the touch in the central region. We are taking you to Gomwa Dunkwa, where residents there are actually complaining about their healthcare system there. A report was filed by our central regional correspondent, Kwesi Ado. Let's bring you this report after. We will definitely have conversations on that. Stay with us here.
Gomwadunkwao, a farming community of more than 2,000 residents, has no health facility or even a basic first aid post. Residents must travel to nearby Gomwa to seek medical care, a journey made difficult by poor road conditions, especially during emergencies.
Yen hospital bia wa ha bibi ni register wodo ko gumo kwa tada se obi yare anasa awo aka bia eye moto ti e bre wa ha pa
awo kan bi wa ha ya na yenyi clinic bia wa ha nti ya na eye ohawo na ka sam so na ade eye ohawo wa ha moto na ya fa na watina so na ye de noko.
Community members say delays in accessing care have contributed to cases of maternal and infant deaths.
Ya brepa. Ebi kura ya bo ahanto ya zinu tum ya zinu kogwa. Na kara wa hin or baba fa. Ana da kara wa hin or bian. Ti ya bo ahanto ya zinu tum ya zinu kogwa. Ansana ya san ya de tiano de ko. Ya apa. Nso ofi
ahomachi yare. Obata bia nim sa yare we say. Na ya ha no so kwan ni ti kama ha. Na ahomachi oba yare na najwa oba yare na upe moto. Na de akwa na tena so de akọ ana waka wo na yesi tena moto so ne fa nkwa na that town no ko mu ye ya papa umu ade yi rew na sati moto so na wo ko.
The situation is further compounded by risks associated with farming, including snake bites, with no immediate medical response available.
Yeah, haban the other snakes. Ko abem na so wakana. She was number 2 kwa. Onku the car na so grembo be no ye kwa papa yon fara was no boko. Na ye ya de obi boko habem na asem button no ba bekrum ha ma ayasa yin ha. Sure woman no dun ko be fufu. Odu ogua na obe yen bodu ho no doctor sian po aponpon no kofi. Nti ye de ma oba ha yo ha. Nti mesere afiala wo mo en minwi dam chip compound ni na say ami adum na so obi kwa abem na bibi se etumi asan ya ma atapo.
In response, residents launched a self-help project 3 years ago to construct a health facility with accommodation for staff. However, progress has stalled due to a lack of funds.
The facility we did have 3 nurses, 1 midwife and 2 nurses who can assist the community. So in the accommodation, we have factored all the accommodation in. So if the nurses come out, they have their residence here. It's coming from our own sources. As a development association, we are contributing small to complete this project. But it's very difficult for us.
Community leaders are now appealing to government and benevolent organizations to support the completion of the facility and improve access to health care.
I learned that assembly they have a common fund, so our share they have to come and give us our share to complete this one. Well, I thought that government said every district have to get a chip compound, every district. So we are appealing to the DC and the MP to come and support us with this one, so that we can benefit from it.
This is Ashas Mekudri, and what in every few. Aban hu emobo. No more see anything. Yinwi. Afia yinwi.
This is a community initiative aimed at bringing healthcare to the doorsteps of the people. However, these residents are appealing for external support towards the completion of this health facility. For the Channel 1 newsroom, I am Akwesi Ado, Gomwadunkwao, Central Region.
So that is a report from Gomwadunkwao by our Central Regional correspondent, Akwesi Ado. On Monday, we did a story from that same area. That was the Ayamfuri to Dunkwao Onofin road, and the dusty nature of the road. And if residents of Gomwadunkwao also complain about the healthcare there, that means that community really needs much attention. But I like the fact that the traditional authorities are up and doing. They are really involved when it comes to these things. And the report also highlighted the fact that some sort of accommodation for the health workers, which was actually started 3 years ago, that they actually did the foundation for it, is still at the foundation level. So we will definitely engage Akwesi Ado shortly and find out from him what the issue is. That maybe the videos can be put on the screen for us to appreciate what really the issues are of the residents there. And we've been talking about these things on our community segment every now and then, that, well, Accra is not Ghana, and we have other places that are also bearing the brunt of they are actually underdeveloped and they need the government's attention. Even if not the government's attention, they need attention of benevolent individuals or organizations so that they can also get better healthcare system like what we are actually calling for. There are others that are also asking for good roads, others are also asking for education facilities, among other things. So this is the Gomwa Dunkwao area in the central region. And for the fact that the residents will also come out in their numbers and say that we demand this, as also a step in the right direction. If you pushed a nurse or a doctor to an area like this and the person is not performing, definitely it's as a result of the facility that you provided, or you've not been able to provide the needed equipment or the housing for the people to stay and work. So if really this is what the issue is in Gomwa Dunkwao, then the residents are really having their appeal that have to be met by the government or benevolent individuals, and that we are also adding our voice to the appeal that some sort of attention should be paid to them. But Akwesi Ado is joining us for us to delve deeper, maybe what we have seen on the screens. There are other issues within the area that is supposed to be discussed aside what we are seeing on TV. Akwesi, good morning.
Good morning, Philip and Chris.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Gomwa Dunkwao area. On Monday, we had a story from that place talking about the deplorable nature of the road. That was very dusty from Ayamfuri to Dunkwao on Ofing. Today, we are having issues with the health care delivery there. Let's understand, is the facility that you're talking about in Gomwa Dunkwao, which has to do with the healthcare issue, is that they have only one facility there, and for how long has that been like that in that particular community?
Okay, thank you, Philip, but a little clarification. So what we spoke to the other time concerning the Dusty Road was the Ayamfuri to Dunkwao stretch, and we're talking about Dunkwao in Bentra.
Okay.
So that is a very far distance from Gomwa. So this is Gomwa Dunkwao.
Oh, just that they bear the same name.
The same name, yes. And
okay.
It mostly confuses many people because, you know, the people of Gomwa, they actually have the intention to name their communities or towns after others. So we have Gomwa Kumasi, Gomwa Wabuat.
Oh, okay.
So it's a bit fascinating. But back to business. The people of Gomwa Dunkwao are really struggling. They've really struggled for a very long time now, so far as their basic healthcare needs, is concerned. Because this is a community with a population of over 2,000. And we are talking about those who are currently residing in the community. So when there is any sort of festivity and people come around, it means that we are going to really have the numbers soaring up astronomically. Now, the preoccupation of the people is farming, and they are heavy on growing features. And we do know that farming...
Akwesi, we can hardly hear you. If you can position yourself well and also maybe increase your volume so that we can also hear what you are, or speak a little bit louder so that we can hear you.
Okay, so is it okay now?
Akwesi, go ahead.
Yes, okay. farming is associated with different forms of business. You can get injured while clearing weed. You can be exposed to snake bites. And during these emergencies, the people would have to be rushed from the farm to the community, and then from the community to Gomua or Boate, Gomua Ogwa. And the Gomua Ogwa is a far distant community from Gomua Dunkau. So by the time you take the you are able to, take the person to Gomua Ogwa, the person would be in a very moribund situation, and then they are likely to lose their lives. There are incidents when pregnant women have lost their lives because they could not be taken to the hospital on time. And you look at the area, the road network is also a bit of a challenge to the people. It is just recently that government has initiated construction activities to put the road into a very good shape. And you barely have vehicles plying that particular route. And so when the people are not able to get access to motorbikes, they will be left with no option but to carry patients either in clothes or, at somebody's back to the in nearby facility. And so, considering the fact that the people are always on the verge of losing their lives, this community members came together 3 years ago. They mobilized funds and then initiated this project to construct a chips compound which will cater for the basic needs of the people. But sadly, because this is just a small community and the people are peasant farmers, they are not able to raise capital to fund the project to ensure that the construction process is done on time. And so they are now appealing to the government and then benevolent entities to come to their aid, just so they may be able to complete the project on time to cater for their basic health needs.
I understand something from you. 3 years ago, the residents started this project, and you have also noted that they don't have enough funds. Did they get the buy-in from maybe the Member of Parliament for the area, or the MC for the area, or even the Ghana Health Service before they embarked on this particular project?
That I cannot tell, but to the best of my knowledge, according to the community leaders, they have informed the MCA and then even the current MP so far as this project is concerned. And what they do is they have an event, a home event, which is done annually. So at the end of every event, whatever amount they get is channeled into the project. And so for this particular year, they invited the MP and anticipated that the MP would be given the occasion. And so when the MP makes donations, they would, channel it into the project. But the MP couldn't attend the event. But I am informed that the MP conveyed a message to them that he would be doing for them whatever he can so far as this particular project is concerned. But they are yet to receive that from the MP. And so for now, they are relying on what they've been able to gather from the residents and what was actualized from the previous event.
So as we speak now, if I get you right, the line wasn't good at a point. So now that they are waiting for the full completion of the CHIPS compound, is there a facility they rely on in times when they need health care?
There is no health facility in the community. And typically in some of these smaller communities, you would have someone setting up an over-the-counter medicine shop, what we term as drugstore. But in this community, there is none. And so even if they want a basic first aid like paracetamol, they will still have to travel to nearby communities. The nearest health facility is Gomua Ogwa, and Gomua Ogwa is also far from Gomua Dunkau. And so when someone is sick, regardless of how severe the sickness is, they would have to carry that patient from Gomua Dunkau to Gomua Ogwa. And the stretch is deplorable, like I mentioned earlier on. And it's not that the government has initiated the construction process of that particular road. And there are mostly there are no vehicles in the community. So either they rely on motorbikes, or when there is no motorbike, then they may have to wait until the next morning before transporting the sick patient to Gomoa Ogwa to be attended to. And the Gomoa Ogwa also, the facility is a clinic. And so when it is beyond Gomoa Ogwa, then it means the patient would then have to be further transferred to either APAM or Agulon Studio. So you can imagine a pregnant woman who is in labor. A few years back, there's a story which has a woman who was in labor, delayed in reporting to the Gomoa facility. She was subsequently referred to APAM. And by the time she was attended to, she had lost her life, and then the three children she was expected to give birth to.
Okay. Akwesi, are you still there? Okay, I think... Akwesi, are you still there?
I'm still here, Philip.
Now that this particular plea has been made by the traditional authorities and the residents, did they tell you that they've been able to take the issue to the higher authorities in the community or in the constituency by informing the MC, informing the MP, or they are just putting their plea out there? Anyone who comes in to help, they are okay with that? Okay, so I think we try and establish contact again with Akwesi. But from what Akwesi is saying, this actually this community, that is the Gomoa Dunkwa community, does not have a health facility, and that the residents there actually contributed that let's put up a CHIPS compound. But I still want to find out, you know, before you would want to embark on an exercise like this, you would want to inform the authorities, the health ministry or the Ghana Health Service, so that they'll be aware of whatever challenge it is and whatever measure you are putting in place. And the fact that this has been like that for 3 years, that means they've not really paid much attention to it. But he also said that these residents are sort of farmers, and they wouldn't have the financial muscle to complete it, because even if you complete it, you need equipment. You need certain things exactly. And the health persons or the health practitioners that will be posted to that particular place too, the government is supposed to be aware that this is what these people are doing here. So I would have to post 1, 2, 3 individuals there to also go and help the residents there to get better health care in the area. But Akwesi, I was asking you, thanks for joining us again. I was asking you that now that the traditional authorities and the residents are putting out their plea, have they contacted the authorities, the appropriate authorities, to put their plea before them, or is just in the public like that? Whoever comes to help them, they are okay with that? Okay, I think today we have issues with our lines. Yeah, we have a bit of issues with our line. But this is what it is. And I like the fact that he clarified that the Dunkwa place that we're talking about is not different places. Yes, two different places. And we are now talking about the Gomoa Dunkwa, which says that the Gomoa area, you can have Gomoa, Akosombo, Gomoa, Tema, and all that. But the fact still remains that some sort of communication should be had, or with the various authorities, to see what they can do about it. But even if a benevolent organization still moves in to complete the project, there's supposed to be that agreement or that communication between the appropriate authorities and the residents there and the traditional authorities to get the project done.
Yeah, and it's quite sad that in 2026 we're still losing people to pregnancy. Maternal health is still an issue, and with issues like this, I think it's important for the government to actually step in, because we don't want more women to lose their lives just because they are trying to bring life into the earth. So I think the government should step in. It's not nice hearing that women have lost their lives just because they cannot get health care. when trying to bring life. Yeah.
Which is very important. So, fortunately, Akwesi is back again. So, Akwesi, I was asking you a question that what is the next line of action for the residents and the traditional authorities now that their plea is out there? Are they going to petition the MP? Are they going to petition the MC? Or are they coming directly to the Ministry of Health and also the Ghana Health Service to say, hey, this is what we've started and this is what we want you to help us with?
Okay, so in times past, there's always been a delegation that visits the municipal assembly to ask for support. When government changed, they've done same. And so now they have just a simple message. They are carrying the duty of government on their shoulders. And so they are only expecting that government would come to their aid, help them complete this project. And what makes it more interesting is that they've included accommodation for staff in this particular project. And so getting accommodation for health staff that will be pushed to the community following the completion of this project wouldn't be a problem. And so it tells you that these people are really passionate, and all that they are asking is just a small support towards the completion of this project. Philip.
So as we speak now, the community is without a health center or any hospital. And you've mentioned that they go to nearby communities to get health care. What really is the worry of the member of parliament in the area? Who is the member of parliament for the area? And have you been able to get in touch with them, maybe the MCA or the member of parliament? Because they have to also be aware of what is happening.
Okay, so the member of parliament for the area is Richard Jan, who happens to be the Deputy Minister for Energy and Green Transition. So before this particular conversation, I got in touch with him. Yesterday, I started engaging him last 3 days. And yesterday morning when we spoke, he asked that we scheduled the conversation to this morning. But I got in touch with him again and he said we should hang on for a while. So I haven't been able to hear from him what exactly he's really doing about this particular issue, as well as what we intend to do to address the basic health needs of other similar communities in the constituency. But we do know for a fact that there's a government policy that is directing the municipal assemblies to ensure that at least they construct a safe compound and or a basic school within their jurisdiction. And so we're only hoping that the people of Gomuwa-Dunkwa, regarding the fact that, or considering the fact that they've initiated this project, would have the needed support in time.
Okay. And finally, before you go, the MP has acknowledged that he would speak to you. But also, you mentioned that the Assembly has a role to play, which is the development agent. Have you been able to speak to the MC of the area?
I put together this particular story on Saturday. So before leaving the community, I spoke to the MCA that this is what we're working on. And so we would want to come to you, speak to you, hear from you, what we intend to do about it. And the feedback was that he would call us at his convenience and then tell us whatever he wants to do. So we are waiting to hear from the MCA again and know when he would schedule for us to, have an interview.
Much Akwesi Ado, and I like the fact that you've been able to speak to the authorities and find out from them what their response are, and you've been able to do a 360 thing. So thank you so much for your time and also for filing this report to us. So he's been able to speak to the MP for the area, Richard Jan, who is the Deputy Energy Minister, who has promised that, the conversation will go on, and also the Municipal Chief Executive for the area, who has said that, the conversation will also be taken up. For the traditional authorities and the residents, I think like I keep saying, you are doing a yeoman's job. Is a step in the right direction that you are able to voice out. I would say that if we have traditional authorities championing developmental costs like this in our areas, why not? We would have beautiful and better places to stay. And the fact that they've started something by trying to construct a chips compound, maybe now it has to be taken a step higher, so that the various authorities will now wade into it, because you wouldn't want to have a community that you do not even have a chips compound. You do not have a chips compound, and you have to fall on nearby communities to get. No, it's not done. So I think that the conversation should move from just with the traditional authorities and also the residents to the member of parliament, who is actually representing them in parliament, and also the MC, who is the president's representative in the community. So those things must really be taken note of, so that they will take the needed action in the community. But like I said, I like the fact that they've taken a step in the right direction to ensure that we get the development in the community.
Yeah, and I think it's a very important conversation that we are having now, especially after hearing, what they go through. And I hope that authorities are listening and do something about it at the end of the day.
So that's it. I'm sure that the authorities are listening, and they are going to do something about it. We actually waiting to see if we can get the organizer for Dunkwa, Magomwa Dunkwa on. That is Samuel Fifi Okran, who is actually joining us now. Samuel, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I trust you are doing well.
I'm fine.
So you are the organizer. So organizer for what? The group, or you are the organizer for the community members, or you are the organizer for the residents?
I'm the organizer for the Development Association.
Oh, Development Association. Wow, that's nice. So you started the construction of a chips compound some 3 years ago. What is the update with that particular move, and why haven't you completed the project till now?
Let me make a correction here. We started just last year.
Oh, so not 3 years ago?
No, just started last year.
Okay. So what has it stalled then?
We and the community, we just started, but you see, we did everything from the assembly, but we are saying that they should adopt the tip compound, but they say right now they cannot adopt it, but they will help us. They will give us some building materials to complete it. So now we are waiting for them.
Wow. But before you started the project, did you communicate to the assembly or the Ghana Health Service or the Ministry of Health that this is what we are doing, so help us? Did you do something like that?
Yes, we did it. We communicated to the assembly, the then assembly, DCE, and they gave us the engineer to come and see the site. So they are all aware.
Costing this particular project, how much will it take for the completion of this project?
We budgeted for 180,000. 180,000 Ghana cedis.
180,000 Ghana cedis for how many rooms? Or if you share with us the scope of the project?
2 rooms and toilet and bath and kitchen, and the OPD, and where the nurses will work. So it's all about 2 rooms and the toilet and kitchen and bath. So all the accommodations is included.
Well, our correspondent told us that you wanted to generate the funds from the residents. Is that the case? And did you have any source of finance before starting this project?
Actually, we did not have any funds for the project. So we, the Development Association, started the initiative by doing a homecoming to generate a fund to the project. So we have done one, and only last week we did the second one. So we are still counting on anybody to help us. If they can help us to complete the project, that one day we can finish the project early.
Tell us about the healthcare challenge you have in your community. We understand that you do not even have any health facility, not even one. Is that the case?
Yeah, the health challenge is plenty. Because our area, if there's any casualty or any emergency, you can't get any car, or unless you call for motor to come and carry you to the place. But before they will send you to the place, maybe something will happen on the road. So that's why we initiated this project, so that we can care for the first 8 people, then we send you to the nearest hospital. Moreover, to the pregnant women, they are suffering, and the children. And if somebody go to farm and get a snake bite, it's very difficult to care for that person. That's why we are putting up this big compound to support them.
The issue of the snake bite, how is that being resolved in your community now that you still do not have a health center, and the snake bite issue is really coming up in a lot of the conversations that we are having here on the show?
That's why I said we have a clinic nearby town. So we get that issue. We call for motor, then we put the person on the motor, then the person will send the person to the hospital, nearby hospital. But if you can't get the motor or you can't get the car, then you have to carry the person at our back to send the person to the hospital.
Wow.
All right, so how far is the nearest hospital?
Oh, from that, but now, if you didn't get a car, you have to carry the person to the place. That's a difficult aspect of us. We have Gomogwa, a hospital at the Gomogwa, but from here to that place, it is far. But if you reach there if there's no doctor over there, they will tell you to send him to Apam. So from here to Apam is very far. Very far.
Wow. That's interesting. So now, as we speak, you do not have a health center in your community. You are having issues with snake bites and all that. You've spoken to the assembly before you started the project. Have you gone to the assembly again to talk to them about where you've gotten to with the project? Is the member of parliament aware of it as well, as you're also adding the funds you are raising from your homecoming to it?
Yes, the member of parliament is aware. He actually came here last Sunday and promised us that he supported. And this new current DC is aware. So they are saying that they will come and support us. So he said if we wait this month and all the things he said we brought it, then we will continue the project.
Since you are the organizer for the Gomwa Dunkwa Development Association, I want to ask you, what is your next line of action to ensure that the promises that the MC and the MPs are given, and also the association or the homecoming people are also given, you'll be able to monitor it and get the project done immediately?
Yes, so we have decided to go to assembly maybe next week to go and sit down with the DC, then we discuss and we see the way forward. And the MP2 has promised me that he will support us. So we are waiting for them, and we are planning to go there to see them to get the project done. And moreover, we have sent the invitation to your managing director, Mr. Samuel Atamensa, so that we are waiting for his honor. And they have sent the invitation to PDFM also coming despite. So we are waiting for their honor to the invitation.
Wow. How many residents do you have in Gomwa Dunkwa?
We are about 2,000 and over. We are about 2,000 over.
Without any health care center?
Yes.
How many schools do you have there? Let's start with the basic before if there is any senior high school.
Actually, the school, we have a primary, lower primary, and upper primary, and the JHS. But we don't have the crèche. So the crèche, unless you send your child to the next town for the crèche, and if you wait maybe class 2, class 3, to bring the person back to the town. So that's why we are appealing to the government to come to our aid. We have an old building at the school there. They have to pull it down. If they can make it at the crèche for them, and that one, it's better for us. It will be better.
Okay. Samuel Fifi Okran, who is the organizer, Gomwa Dunkwa Development Association. Thank you so much for your time. And here, said it. They are monitoring. They've tried to speak to the various authorities, and they've spoken to the MP, they've spoken to the MC, and an area with a population of over 2,000.
That's a lot of people.
And I'm now picturing where the Gumwa Dunkwa is. It's not far from Kaswa. It's not. So if they are having such a challenge, then it's something that has to be addressed immediately, because they are trying to work around getting a chips compound, and the fact that the snake bite issue keeps
popping up,
it keeps popping up in our conversation, has to also be checked, because touchwood, somebody has been bitten by a snake and you would have to now carry the person at your back. How fast can you move from the Gomwadunkwa to the next community to get the needed health care?
And especially we live in a country where not everybody knows first aid.
Exactly.
Do you understand? And you know, when it comes to snake bites, it's actually very important to know how to, you know, apply some first aid, especially so the venom does not, you know, affect the person.
Yeah. So this communication or this conversation is actually very important. And if they are trying, and from what he said, the Deputy Energy Minister, Samuel Richard Jan, who is the MP for the area, has actually given his word that I'll help you. The MC has said that he will help you. He has also taken, sort of made his appeal to other organizations, including here. He made mention of the managing director of Channel 1 TVC TFM, Samuel Latta, mentioned that he has also tried, approached him as well. So it tells you that the association is doing its best to get what is good for the residents, but I'm sure that we'll be telling a different story here in the next few months. This particular project can actually be put up within the shortest possible time, because looking at the amount of 180,000 Ghana cedis for let's say a 2-bedroom, 3, because they say there is a 2 rooms with an OPD and a washroom, so just a place that can take care of people just within a short period of time. Then they can also be taken to other places. But there is actually an individual who actually started this project, I'm sure, also has been on the grounds for some time, who is the former assembly member for Gomwa Dunkwa, Kwame Eshon. He is joining us here on the show. Kwame, good morning.
Good morning.
So you were the assembly member for the area for what period? From which time to what time?
From 2008 up to 2000.
2008 to 2000 what?
Yeah, 2016.
16?
Yeah.
8 years?
Yes.
How did you work around to resolve the health challenge in the area? And now that we are not even seeing anything about it as the assembly member for the area, former.
Yeah. Will you please allow me to use my mother tongue so that I will be able to express myself fully?
Feel free.
Okay. May a former assembly member of Gomodunkwa, electoral area. And yan apo medina assembly, Mimi Waduna, Yajining Nafi, Gomogwa Health Center. Now, about 2 years ago, now, the current assembly member and then committee power who in a chip compound. Ewo yenkum hara nti yekan hum de ye be se dwumadina ase na afi odu bebi a ye de akodo na aban so odene mbo aba so we be madam na mi mfa.
So from what you said, Moshe ejuma na ase ansa na mokwa kacha aban sa aban bebo mo.
Yes, ya sha ase de dapo.
Ba ana na moni aban kan ho asem ansa na mo sha ase.
Yenye aban assembly no collaborate anti drawings are what the ye na see assembly na what the man assembly ni me there is the be out them.
Okay. Right now we call for number hono. We are then call a hospital or they go for healthcare. The organizer there said that they moved to the next community for healthcare. Is that an issue? And looking at how things are going, as you are part of the people who started this initiative, do you think that is going to be done immediately so that your people can heave a sigh of relief?
Oh, yes. Me get to my say, I buy them work a crabby out of what you go to na. You know, and me ya quarter within 2 years, then came to me a week. Then the memory. Yes, start here. I the America, but I hope then BBA 2 years. Within 2 years, it could be functional.
So in 2008 to 2016, that situation is say ananete.
Oh, na yenya yana pomodino ho ayiwo Gomogwa so bi yara Gomogwa Health Center hona ye kona fi ho ebogwa no so mu twunkakra nti anadwu bi na say bia bibi ahawo bi ana obi kwafum na bibi ayede ode o nyaye se bia ti se ebia wodin simu todo ana bobo yado formally na kwan so ye nti se if tax bi mpuro on fi bia fufu bi no mra hokra na ya asam nti no ohia de yanka say ye kakra ba wo na ye hwe krista o ye kakama na se etum so na no na etum so na etum aboa he na obade se bibisu o se do etum da koza be a hokon.
Okay. You need support to complete this one.
Yes.
Okay.
You need support.
And what has been the promises? We know that the MP has promised, the MCA has promised, but how are you also monitoring these promises from the authorities to ensure that at least you complete the projects in the next 2 years that you are expecting or anticipating?
Yeah. Then yeah, homecoming. During the year homecoming, nti numu no yɛtun sa frɛ mention twɛde for ADC na yɛn mpi nya mo bɛ nti oba ne de mention de wonyum dada nso yɛsan yɛtumi kyerɛ ho de ohia paa ohia hɛn nti wɔn so wa hyɛ hɛn bɔ de ma ɔti biara ɔba bɔboa ma dam dwumadu no ɛyɛ.
Okay. Since you are leading this charge and we actually wrapping up with an interview, what will be your word to your residents and also people of Gomwa and Dunkwa?
That's it. The first one to my impa. And see, Agina Damko, the main painful what to say what Abama. You did the Midman, or Agina with Papa, and Timothy Trusser or Membering na the one more bois. Now you made no only pay. Painful with some painful, and Nkofa woman na 6 Nkofa woman and Wambra, now for one didn't win him of Umbra, of a mob, Madame Midden, we pay it. Now, Bob, in Juma Orba.
Okay. Kwame, the language you're speaking is Agona, right?
This is Fanti, typical Fanti.
This typical Fanti. Okay,
yeah.
That's fine. So, what do I need to eat before I can speak typical Fanti?
Oh, but me Benku and I put to Benku.
Okay.
Another document fancy document. Maybe the Ababwa.
Okay, so I've not eaten any of these, so I can't speak the Fanti.
Then try these.
That's fine. Thank you so much, Kwame Shan, and keep doing the good work.
You too.
And I'm just sure that at least the authorities will listen to them. A little summary of what he said is that they have pushed before they started the projects. They knew that they'll be getting government support, especially from the assembly. So the assembly was informed of the plan, but this is where they are now. They need an amount, the money for the project to be completed, and if funds are made available within 2 years, the project will be completed. And before they go to Gomwa Ogwa for healthcare, which is actually far from the area. So he was the assembly member for the area from 2008 to 2016. That's 8-year period, and he has said that he is actually monitoring that. The organizer has also spoken about the fact that they did some homecoming to raise funds, and they are also hoping that they'll get support from the Member of Parliament for the area and also the municipal chief executive for the area, as well as getting support from other benevolent individuals and organizations. So we'll be actually monitoring what is going to happen in the area, and of course we'll be bringing you updates here on Channel 1 TV, Breakfast Daily. I like the fact that he, as the former assembly member, didn't sort of isolate himself, but it's also part of the move that we have to get a health care center for our residents. But you heard him say that I'm supposed to eat Fanti Dokno or Banku, and I've not actually eaten any of these things. Yeah, I've not actually. No, this morning. Okay. So I can't download the Fanti. I can't really put the Fanti out there.
But I also like to say, when people start these things in their areas by themselves, I don't think the government should really have a problem with it, because I mean they have started.
No, funds should be made available.
Yes, do you understand? Although yes, they did not ask before even putting up the little structure that they put. I think for the fact that they have tried to even do something, they are proactive.
But you see, you know, you need to plan.
Yeah,
there's something called planning, and you know, government funds actually, a number of things are pulling government funds. A lot of communities are pulling government funds. Recently, we had issues with the transport crisis. We need to get vehicles. We need to put in measures. Education sector is pulling. Roads is pulling. Health sector is pulling. Almost every sector, the economy is actually pulling. So
everyone.
Yeah, everyone. So before you do such a thing, you really need to plan before you do it. But now, this is where we have gotten to. So if, like you're saying, if the help
and
help
Claire,
has
I don't
to
think
be
it should be used against them, because obviously it's out of desperation. Their story is really touching. This is really out of desperation, because it feels like no one is coming to our help. So
we
why
need
not?
to do it ourselves.
Exactly. And now they are at the crossroads, because it's not easy. They finally realize, okay, it's not easy.
It's not easy, because see, when you want to actually put up a structure, it's very easy when you are planning and you want to, you know that you get money from here, you get money from there. But as soon as you hit the ground and you do foundation, and maybe you are supposed to do a lot of filling and all that, all the funds that you have on you, say you have about 50 to 60,000 Ghana cedis, everything goes down there. Trying to get money to continue the project becomes a bit of a little difficult. But I'm sure that, well, they will get the needed help that they deserve to actually complete the projects. We will tell your stories, and we will demand the change that is actually needed in your communities. Maybe one of these days you would have to visit the area to see how the project is faring. But we also want to make a passionate appeal to you, benevolent individuals and organizations out there. Like we keep saying every now and then, that you can also add it as part of your corporate social responsibility. You can take up that particular project, complete it. Maybe you can just also name it according to whatever you are doing in your organization, and also help a life, because I'm very passionate about the fact that the snake bite, and since they are farmers, they will definitely be facing that challenge. So once there is a snake bite, you do not want to take the victim to Gomwa, Ogwa, before the person can get the needed health care. And even sometimes they are in vehicles, so you would have to carry the person at your back before you go there. Anyway, so that's it. That's it for our community today. I'm sure tomorrow we'll be coming to a community close to you, so keep watching us here on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. We'll take a quick break here. When we come back, we have a lot more for you on the show. Stay with us here on Breakfast Daily Channel 1 TV.
My line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to a mammy man for Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so by a man is swing, Nesasu Mama Hotoso, a will beg you.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste.
Choose Kel Charcoal toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved. No power. Another year is here. A new beginning. A fresh opportunity to draw closer to God and to one another. This family month, your family radio station, 97.3 CDFM, invites you and your loved ones to something truly special. The 2026 Family Consecration Service, a sacred gathering where families come together in prayer, faith, and unity. It's a moment to dedicate your home to God's loving care, to seek His protection, His guidance, and His peace over every household. Come and experience divine connection as we pray for strength, restoration, unity, and direction for our families. Married couples will also have the opportunity to renew their vows, reaffirming love, commitment, and purpose. The date is Friday, the 1st of May, 2026, from 6 a.m. to 12 noon. The venue is the Oil Dome, Royal House Chapel, Accra. Bring your entire family and come expectant. And let's commit our homes into God's hands. 2026 Family Consecration Service is powered by 97.3 CDFM with support from Channel 1 TV, because the family that prays together stays together.
Calls me home in the power for Christ the solid.
Welcome to The Point of View. This is your favorite current affairs show here on Channel 1 Television. On The Point of View, we pick the right topics, get the right guests, and ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you.
With the complexities of the issues happening around us on a daily basis, it's the hard-hitting conversations and the probing questions of The Point of View.
So what is the Public Account Committee's job?
So what we do is to scrutinize, clarify, and find out why certain infractions have been made.
What do these IMF programs try to do?
The current program is for budget support.
Okay.
There are no projects attached.
That teases apart the twisted entanglements of politics and governance, as well as religious and social discourse. The Point of View brings you the policymakers and duty bearers and drills down to the very bottom of issues.
What authority do you have?
The Point of View airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
What's up, everybody? This your girl, Sis Steph here. Listen, he is family, okay? I have so many memories with him. Moments of laughter, growth, real support. He's someone who has always believed in people and lifted others up, including myself. Ochiame Kwame, I want to wish you a happiest 50th birthday. Okay, you are an inspiration to many of us, myself, okay? May God richly bless you with more life, more success, and more strength to keep doing good. We celebrate you and always. We love you. Helping children. That's outstanding. That's legacy. That's something truly powerful. So we say, big ups to your channel, family. Catch me on the 18th of April. I will be live performing, okay? So catch me at the +233 live performance. I bet you know that when I step up, we kill it. See you there.
Come in. When the Masola passes by, buy some for me, okay? I've asked her to be coming every day.
Uncle, is that referring to me?
Yes, you, of course.
Okay, let's
Pray. Never mind. Amen.
Hey! 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 Heaven save us!
The Blacksins airs every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. and is sponsored by Out Insecticide, Nasco Electronics, Musiciato, and Everpack on Channel 1 TV.
The vibe is too much.
On Footprints this Friday, we sit down with Dr. Ninaku Kweno, the Ghanaian scientist and engineer widely recognized as the father of the internet in Africa. He takes us through his educational journey and shares how he helped expand and shape the growth of the internet across the continent.
A level, you had physics A, mathematics A,
Yes, please.
applied maths A,
Yes.
and then chemistry B.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, really, the person who helped a lot was more like Rollins than many people.
Rollins?
Yeah.
With policy direction.
Policy direction, meaning that he said, and Mr. Pepra was the minister then, and he said, this is value-added service.
Yeah.
So while we are going to change the regulation, we can still proceed.
What do you make of generative AI and the way it's invaded every space?
Oh, me, I think it's good and healthy.
It's good.
It's good. It's supposed to be disruptive. The internet was disruptive, but people found their way, isn't it?
That's correct.
So this one too will be disruptive. The things which can best be done by AI will be done by AI. There's another element coming after the AI, which has to do with being able to solve certain kinds of problems much quicker.
Wow.
Than we could solve them today.
So beyond AI, there's quantum.
There's quantum computing and
quantum
communication.
computing is coming. So if
It's
you
coming.
thought that AI was an explosion, wait till you hear about.
In fact, AI needs quantum.
Footprints airs on Fridays at 7 p.m. with a repeat on Sundays at 5:30 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Let me come to your place. Now your love out the way. Baby, no, give me space. Let me come to your place. Oh, baby, loyal. For your love, I go cry, oh. Okay, how are you tired? Okay, okay, for your love I no go tired. Now you make my heart fire. Oh, your love me dire. Okay, okay, study, fire burning. They wanna catch me, watch me burning. Anything that talk for you, I catch ya, naka, Only one way gonna love you, baby. Come and tell me, tell me something, what a story. I get ya, naka, anything they want for talk, I know I hear it, I be there, never see love before. I enter, your love, I enter water. I enter, kai, enter water. order. I'm dying for your love and order. I'm dying, guy. Let me come to your place. Now your love right away. Baby, no give me space. Oh baby, I love you. For your love I go cry. Okechi, how are you tired? Okechi ma, Okechi. For your love I not go tired. Now you make my heart be fire. For your love me tired. Okechi ma, Okechi. Okechi ma, Okechi. Okechi ma, Okechi. Si queso, si mi 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 si queso, a mi body chareto, for you queso. Oh, Ima, no use me play, oh, you must come to my place, oh, we must relate, oh, oh, Ima, today be today, oh, forget what them I say, oh, scatter the place, oh, but do ya not play me, oh, Ima, I take you holiday, oh, we go fly overseas, oh, live life my way, oh, do ya not play me? Boy, I'll be your wifey. I can never be your side piece. Not the way you entice me. Come make her beside you. Come make her beside you. Boy, I'll be your wifey. I can never be your side piece. The way you entice me. Come make her beside you. Come make her beside you. Calm down. Me go there for you. Calm down. Make a day for you. Calm down. Me go there for you. Calm down. Make a day for you. Like what I do, I put him under pressure. Me a big legend. When me come in the scene, they put him under pressure. Everything you want, I go wire. Everything will be your desire. Anyhow you like 'em, I like 'em. Now me be the one they inspire. What do you want do for corner? Where you no fit do for front? Me no fear no maga. Me no take no loss. Like what you see you do, cheche. Like what I do, I put him under pressure. Me a big legend. Ooh, when me come in the scene, they put them back to the melody. Then they listen, then they feel the adrenaline. Me a be stubborn girl, they like a melanin. Dream too hard, I be heavenly. Ooh, I like the melody where you need it. It's sitting right deep in your system. So baby, call me where you need me. I be the bad girl where you missing. I be the bad girl where you need it. I be the bad girl where you missing. Ooh. what you see, you do cha-cha. Like what you see, you do cha-cha. Like what you see, you do cha-cha. Like what you say, you do cha-cha. Now me they put them under pressure. I say, now me they put them under pressure. I say, now me they put them under pressure. Ooh, now me they put them under pressure. Yeah, yeah. Hold up, yeah. Hold up, ooh. Hold up, looking like the sky's falling. Hold up, looking like the sky's falling. Roll up, rebellious one. Hear me coming. Hear me coming. Pull up, looking like the sky's falling. Pull up, looking like the sky's falling. Roll up, rebellious one. Hear me coming. Hear me, say me no like fighting. Make a maga try me. Figure 8 when me give them bad girl from the 90s. No, them man a lying, and them wanna try me. But me no care about them hate and them backbiting. Fine girl, she only wear expensive shit. Finest in the room, you know that's mine. Where you see me, give me space, make her express my ish. No care about them, tell them, oh, hold up, looking like the sky's falling. Hold up, looking like the sky's falling. Roll up, rebellious one. Hear me coming, yeah. Hear me coming. Hold up, looking like the sky's falling. Hold up, looking like the sky's falling. Roll up, rebellious one. Hear me coming. Hear me. Give a bano it away. You say me you the return. No wanna leave her, you go feel her, now you leave her. Enemies, they not be taken with them. See me, then go lay down, bow down. To the queen of the music, I'm them. Give her a bano it away. You say me, you the return. Bad girl, no wanna leave her. You go feel her, now you leave her. Enemies, they not be taken with them. See me, then go bow down. To the queen of the music, I'm them later. Hold up. Hold up, looking like the sky's falling. Hold up, looking like the sky's falling. Roll up, rebellious one. Hear me coming, yeah. Hear me coming, hold up, looking like the sky's falling. Hold up, looking like the sky's falling. Roll up, hear me coming.
Well, hello and welcome to Entertainment Highlights on Breakfast Daily, proudly powered by GhanaWeekend.com to bring you the freshest entertainment stories today. I am Ni Komete Kome. Now to our first highlight. The organizers of the Telecel Ghana Music Awards have officially opened voting lines for the 27th edition of the prestigious scheme, inviting fans to actively support their favorite artist. Music lovers across the country are being urged to show their loyalty by pushing their preferred nominees to the top across various categories. Now, with competition expected to be intense, fans' votes will play a crucial role in determining this year's winners. In addition to traditional voting channels, fans can also cast their votes for free via the official website. To vote, simply visit GhanaMusicAwards.com and select your favorite nominees. As anticipation builds towards the main awards night, the call is clear to be a true fan and make your vote count. Now to our second highlight. Ghanaian musician Kamido has opened up about the challenges of finding genuine friendship in the music industry. Now speaking on Hits FM with Kwame Dadzi on Monday, April 7, Kamido admitted that trust can be scarce among peers. There have been so many times because people are not really genuine, people actually have two faces, he said, explaining that the lack of authenticity inspired his new song. He added, it's hard to really have a real friend in the industry. You talk to somebody and the person will go and sit with who they call their friends and actually dissect it and make you sound stupid. Camilo said these experiences have taught him to be cautious and rely on prayer and family support. The best thing is to keep yourself or to pray to God. I'm not saying don't trust people. There are people I trust, but most of the time it's not real, he explained. Highlighting the role of his family, he shared that that's why I tell my mom to pray for me. When I'm about to release a new song, I tell her, Mom, be praying. Now to our third highlight, Ghanaian star Molly and Jamaican dancehall heavyweight Skellibeng are taking their musical chemistry from the studio to the stage following the global success of their hit collaboration, Shake It to the Max. The track, which became a worldwide sensation, marked a defining moment for both artists. Originally released by Molly, the song gained even greater momentum with Skellibeng's remix verse, helping it break into international markets and resonate across multiple audiences. Beyond streaming numbers, Shake It to the Max dominated the charts, including a 22-week run at number 1 on the US Afrobeats chart. The song's success also played a key role in elevating Molly's global profile, opening doors to major stages and international recognition. Now fans will get to experience that synergy live as Skellibeng brings Molly alongside his upcoming Badman She Love tour. The North American tour, set to kick off on May 24 in New York, will span over 20 cities, creating a platform for both artists to reconnect with audiences through the very collaboration that brought them together on the global stage. Now to our fourth highlight. The UK government has blocked Kanye West's permission to travel to the UK following controversy over his planned headline set at this summer's Wireless Festival in London. The Home Office told the BBC the rapper made an application to travel to the UK via an Electronic Travel Authorization (ETA). It said the decision to refuse permission was made on the grounds that his presence could not be conducive to the public good. For almost half a decade, West has caused outrage for stirring off anti-Semitic, racist, and pro-Nazi comments. Wireless Festival has not yet publicly responded to the decision. And that's a wrap on today's entertainment highlights on Breakfast Daily, proudly powered by GhanaWeekend.com. Now you know we've got you covered, from the hottest music releases to exclusive celebrity updates. Stay tuned, stay connected, and keep your finger on the pulse of the world's entertainment. For more stories, behind the scenes content, and the latest updates, visit GhanaWeekend.com. Until next time, keep enjoying the vibes. I am Ni Komete Kome.
That was the entertainment highlight from Ni Komete Kome. You can visit GhanaWeekend.com for all the entertainment stories. Chris, we're about to wrapping up, but you know, on Monday, the Easter Orphan Project really went around, and we want to say a very thank you to all of you that donated. We went to the Chosen Rehab Center, we went to the Iris Rehab Center, we went to Basco in Toto in the eastern region, and we went to Osam Chrome prisons in the central region. And you can see pictures of the items we gave out. Kind courtesy you, out there, because when we called on you, you actually listened to us and you brought in your donations, you brought in your cash donations. You were so kind to us. This is the Osam Chrome Prisons in the central region. This is the MD himself, Samuel Atamensa, who said that we are here to eat and drink with you, so that we know that you are close to us. And some of the orphanage homes that we visit, Basco, and with the young ones also. So this Basco, we want the mattresses also from you, the donors and all that, bags of rice, bags of sugar, and also assorted drinks. Yes, they really had fun. They had fun at the place. So I want to say a very big thank you to all of you that supported. And like I said earlier, we are just hoping and praying that every time we come knock at your doors, you definitely open and you let us in by way of helping us. It's very important, because normally when people are in the rehab centers, they are at orphanage homes and also the prisons, they tend to think that, oh, we are not part of the people out there. In fact, when I went to the prisons, I heard from someone who, when they came back, said, hey, freedom is very important, and that you need to have a freedom. But then again, the little we can also do here at Channel 1 TV and 97.3 FM is for us to spend a day with these individuals within these places, so that they also smile, sort of putting smiles on their faces. So they were fed, they were maintained, and also we put smiles on their faces.
And at the end of the day, I think they had a very good Easter holiday. Yeah. Because
you have because you've come to my house and you've come there with drinks, you've come with food, and you've come with cash as well. Yeah, I'll be excited. At least it can take me through for some months, and also if other organizations are also doing, say, why not? You have these places to be having individuals who actually be laughing at the right side of their mouth. So I want to say a very big thank you to all of you once again for supporting the Easter Orphan Project.
All right. So we've come to the end of this show. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that tuned in. It was really a pleasure doing this with you this morning. And we hope that you also stick and stay with us right here on Channel 1 TV. And also do not forget that there's a brand new episode of Breakfast Daily that's going to come out tomorrow morning, so you can tune into. So we did this with Natufo Watson, who set up the show. My name is Chris Carter.
My name is Philip Nilati. Many thanks for your time. Keep watching Channel 1 TV.